Oh, yeah. Okay. I usually make it on the show pre-lit. My cigar lit, but been running around.
That's funny because when I come on the show, I'm pre-lit too. With booze.
That's my brother Mark. That's my brother Martin.
T.
Lori Downey Jr. at the helm. Not to mention the producer of Outlaw Radio. And then Mark C.G. Boyer over there eating. That's what he does on the show. Eats a lot. Open that bag of chips. Come on now. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt, a.k.a. Magic Matt, a.k.a. Matthew Allen, the man with so many monikers. That way, I get more votes for Homecoming Queen. Finally come to grips with the fact that I'm not good at small talk. I asked the lady cutting my hair yesterday what she does for a living. Hunting season in the great state of Wisconsin. Love you. Go get some biggins and nail some deer and buck while you're at it. Thanksgiving Day fact. Of things that are supposed to make you sleepy, tryptophan is number 2.
Wow.
Ahead of soft music, but way behind music award shows.
Just watch any of the late night talk shows now. That'll put you right.
Oh, yeah. It's over, Johnny. And did I mention I went to the pool yesterday? It's a cesspool, unfortunately, but a pool nonetheless. Here in Southern California, it's pool season year-round, ain't it? And I could feel the women dressing me with their eyes.
Need a new writer.
At least I got a chuckle from Lori. How about this YouTube phenom that we've been yakking about for a few months now? I found her minding my own business, checking out what the happenings in Las Vegas, and of course, old Lake Mead. Down to, I think it's a thimbleful of water now. I think there's only 2 midgets in one boat. I think that's where we are. But minding my own business, and then this chick comes up, walking around and sort of yakking really loud, but I was mesmerized by her. Turns out it's a lady called, not even a lady, a woman, a female, and her name is Wonderhussy, a YouTube phenom.
I just watched her latest.
What was it?
In Vegas, going to this old bordel, strip joint, as she would say, a T-bar.
A T-bar.
Well, I can't say it on the air.
Well, yeah, you can't say it on this air either because
she said it on YouTube.
Yeah, we're syndicated throughout the terrestrial radio stations. You still can't say that word.
She cracked me up, and it was a good episode. She was in Old Vegas. I forget. She can tell you what street she was on, but it's the old classic street with all the old.
All right, here's the thing. I like the premise. Don't care about the street.
And she looked great in this video.
She always
tight leather pants.
I was going to say she always looks great. That's not true. That's not true.
Oh boy.
But she knows the difference.
Yeah.
Sometimes because she was a male model. No, that's not true. she was a model for a time, and she knows how to apply the makeup.
Have you seen her in the tight leather pants?
No.
Black leather pants.
Really?
Man.
Good look.
She wears them very well.
Wonderhussy, is that your preferred slacks? Are they leather?
That's all I ever wear.
Now, I know that's not true because I watch you roaming around the desert, skimpering and scampering about. And before I forget, because I know I'll forget, before we get into the meat of this, okay, where the hell was it? I think it was obviously somewhere in Nevada. And you're checking out this old mining cabin. I think that's what it was. You find this almost pristine magazine that goes back so many years, and it contains really cool stuff. And when at the end of the video, you replaced it in the same place you found it. Do you recall this one?
Gosh, man, I've been to so many old cabins. I couldn't possibly remember which one you're talking about.
But hey, Wonderhussy, this one was the coolest magazine, and the reason I bring this specific episode to your attention is because You shouldn't have replaced that one. You should have taken it with you.
Oh,
now,
no, when she shut the cameras down, she went back for it.
no. I hope she did, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because it was outside in the elements, and somehow, even in the elements, it stayed pretty damn pristine, and it was a cool magazine. So yeah, listen.
Oh yeah, I remember what you're talking about. But hey, listen, I just try to leave things the way I found them. I don't want to be accused of vandalizing or theft. And well, the federal government does have something called the Antiquities Act, where you're not supposed to pick anything up that's older than 50 years.
Yeah. Hey, Wonderhussy, I remember that every time I open up that box of my arrowheads that I found out there in northern Nevada. Well, yeah, no, I recall. Now, would that be an antique? Isn't
Well,
that
the
too?
difference is you're not putting it on YouTube. I am. I'd be a plumb idiot to show myself on YouTube taking stuff.
Now see, there's another thing that's infectious when it comes to Wonderhussy. She uses words like plum idiot and I want to know where this language comes from. I mean, were you brought up this way? Did your father, God rest his soul, speak this way?
No, Matt, I'll tell you. It's because I used to cuss like a sailor when I first started. I didn't think anybody would watch my videos. I thought it was just me talking to my phone out in the middle of nowhere. But I used to cuss quite prolifically, and I got so many complaints from young lady, you cuss like a sailor. I'm trying to watch these videos with my grandkids. So I had to figure out a way to stop cussing, and I started saying things like, weed, holy cannoli, just to take the place of the cuss words I used to say.
Oh, so that's
funny,
it.
man.
That's it. I love that.
That's great.
And you love to use the slogan "tight as," and then you say or how do you finish that? Boy, tight as a something.
I say, boy, they got this locked up tighter than a you know what, and I'll bet you know what I mean.
Oh, jeez. And I got to tell you something. I still have no idea what you're talking about. But the point is, because, I have virgin eyes and virgin ears. I've only been on this planet for so many years. Wonderhussy, what takes you out to the desert? What is that inkling, that thing in your... And it must be somewhere embedded in that cranium of yours that you need to explore. Where does that come from?
Well, I'm just a curious person, but it did start when I was working as a model. I worked as a nude model, an artistic nude model, so I was always taking photographers out to the desert, to these cool old abandoned ghost towns. I don't know why photographers love photographing naked women against busted, rusted old machinery and old buildings. So I was always scouting the desert, looking for cool new places to pose, and eventually I got more interested in scouting the locations and doing the actual modeling, and I'll be honest, I found way more success making these G-rated videos than I ever did posing nude.
Oh, I'm certain. And there's so many positives and superlatives when it comes to Wonderhussy on YouTube. And one of those is she never sexualizes anything, but she's not one of the woke crowd where she's afraid to sort of tell it like it is. And that is, you know how appreciated that? I wouldn't be talking to you or have any interest in you right now if you were one of those woke tards, Wonderhussy.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a fine line, man. I mean, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but at the same time, can we just laugh at stuff?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And I loved that video with you and the gaggle of broads up there in the desert. It was like you and, of course, Wonderhussy. She's no fool. She chooses boy, she's going to hate when I say this. She chooses all females that are much less attractive than her.
Oh, boy.
I hope none of them are listening to this.
See, I know. I knew she wouldn't like that. Listen, tongue planted firmly in the cheek. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, sort of. And
okay.
But I love the fact that
you. Would that be?
But now, do you mind me saying broads? Is that okay?
Matt, we've already discussed that I'm not woke. You can call me a broad. I go by Wonderhussy, for Christ's sake.
It's true. No, it is true. But she's up there, and they're shooting guns, and I always wondered because you camp around this hemisphere in a Toyota, which is my rig of choice. I've always been a big fan of the Toyota trucks. And, oh yeah, woo-hoo. And the fact that you are alone in there a lot of the time, I always wonder if you're armed. And you do know how to use a gun. I know you're not afraid of guns.
She's got a piece on her.
Well, let's ask her. I mean, I would come carrying and be loaded for bear. How about you?
Well, listen, I'd be a fool to give away my secrets as to what kind of arsenal I roll on with. I'll say this.
All right.
When I'm out in the middle of nowhere, I feel like I'm way safer than I am when I'm in the city.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw them tight black leather pants I was wearing when I walked down that sketchy back street in Vegas. Okay, well, there was no room for a gun on that outfit.
Hey, no, there was not, man. You were like painted into those things.
Really?
They look great.
She looked good?
Oh, she looked fantastic. And then during that episode, my name's Marty.
I gotta see this one. Is this current?
Yeah, my name's.
You sure?
Wonderhussy. My name's Marty. Nice.
Yeah,
to
that's
meet
my
you.
brother Mart.
Hi, Marty.
Wonderhussy, would you rather be called Jane, or Sarah, or what would you rather be called?
I thought you can call me Sarah Jane, you can call me Wonderhussy, whatever you want to call me, just call me.
Okay, so you have a question for the Wonderhussy from YouTube.
More of a statement, like I saw that episode, and you were talking about you actually used to you were in a few porno films, and
I was in a bunch of porno films.
She was in porn.
Oh no!
As a fully clothed background extra.
Yeah.
Background extra. Yeah.
Yeah. See, and
talked about it.
But see, that's what I mentioned earlier. I love the fact that she doesn't sexualize things. She doesn't make, hey, look at me. And she sort of jokes about sexuality. And she's even gone on record as saying, hey, as we do on this show, or I always have, I don't give an ass what your sexual proclivity is. Have a happy day. Don't shove it down my throat. Rim shot, and don't mess with us, and stop yakking about it, and don't hurt other people, right? I mean, I think we're on the same page there, aren't we?
Amen, brother. Listen, as long as you leave me alone, it's all good. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, but she did go on record, Lori Downey Jr., our producer, she went on record as saying that she is not a lesbian because she has had inquiries, I'm certain, by females out there who find her exceptionally attractive. She's a svelte figure if you've never seen her, and if you don't mind me saying, a tight little body. Do you mind
can't
me?
get those tight leather pants out of my freaking
Mark,
brain right
Mark,
now.
down, boy, down. Yeah. Jane, would you, Sarah, Jane, would you tell him down, boy? Please get him off.
Listen, I can open a beer bottle with my ass cheeks. You want to see that?
Yeah, but she made no bones about it. She said, "I'm not a lesbian. Do what you want." And Lori Downey Jr. is the same way. Even though I sort of disagree because I've always just ponder this for a moment. Wonderhussy, ponder this concept. I have always said that females, not males, big difference between males and females. I know I'm being controversial by making that statement, but huge difference. I believe that females are 3 or 4 tequilas away from a little girl-on-girl action. I've always said that, but you seem to be in Lori's camp, where no matter how inebriated you are, how many gin martinis you've had, how many old fashions you've quaffed, it doesn't matter. You simply sexually like guys.
Yeah, you can feed me all the panty droppers you want, and I won't drop them panties for a lady.
See that, Lori?
Yeah.
You know, I got to tell you, you two have a lot in common there.
Yeah.
And
Lori, I like you already.
Yeah.
I like you too.
Yeah, but the fact
Oh,
that
wait a minute. Maybe I will drop
There
my
you
panties.
go. Could have something going on here.
well, yeah. See, wouldn't that sort of make sense? The two that profess too much about not ever engaging in such a thing.
It's like, Lori, you're looking pretty good today at Outlaw Radio.
Yeah, Lori, do you ever don them leather pants like Wonderhussy? Yeah. Well, listen. Here's the bottom line. This is sort of a preamble, sort of a setting the stage for Wonderhussy getting her ass over here, because I promised you, and I hate to put you on the spot, but do you recall what I promised you when you arrived here and spent at least 3 hours with us in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar? What have I promised you, Wonderhussy?
Well, I think you said something about having a bottle of Virginia City gin.
Yeah, got
And
that.
some Negronis.
Yeah. There's Hey, Lori.
Yep.
You purchased the last set of pre-bottled Negronis,
Yes, I did.
and I have one.
You like that one?
That's my favorite drink.
Yeah, she's an old-fashioned gal, and man, how do you not love Wonderhussy?
Well, I can't wait till she's here so she can open my beer bottles for me.
Oh, yeah.
Too bad it's radio. Nobody else will be able to see.
Well, there's more to it than that, but I'm not going to let you know right now. Now, here's the thing, and we'd never be conniving or screw you over. That's the thing, because I appreciate you. You're appreciated here
Yes.
from the folks at Outlaw Radio.
Thank you.
Yeah, but we will get you nice and drunk, and you won't be able to get back on the road. But
Okay.
but we will figure that out. And
It turns into Burning Man here.
Oh yeah. Major Burning. Yeah, I mentioned to Wonderhussy that I was invited to Burning Man so many years ago. Sean Young, the actress.
Oh, yeah.
The pretty. She always hated it when I called her beautiful. So Sean would say, "No, Matt, it's pretty. I'm pretty." The pretty actress Sean Young from Blade Runner fame. We were supposed to go out there to Burning Man, and I sort of reneged at the last minute, and it was Doug Stanhope, the great comedian, and Sean and I. Well, I didn't make it, and Sean didn't make it, but Doug, boy, that's Dougie's play. Have you ever run into Doug Stanhope out there at Burning Man, way out in the desert?
Not that I know of, but you never know out there.
Yeah. Well, if you had to do it all over again, would you have done what you've done so far and thrown yourself into this YouTube loop? I mean, is it a fun time for you most of the time?
Listen, I would have thrown myself into this loop 10 years sooner than I did. It's a friggin' blast.
Yeah.
And you're great at what you do, man. It's a fresh, new type of concept.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Do you know why she's great? Because I'll make this real simple. Wonderhussy is great because she's not a dip-ass. Wonderhussy is great because she's not a dummy. Wonderhussy is an articulate gal who is well-read and knows what the hell she's talking about. And if you don't know something, I appreciate the fact that you research things, don't you? You do.
Yeah, when I can. I mean, a lot of times I'm out in places where there's no cell signal, so I can't look stuff up, and that's when I do end up pulling some information out of my ass. But for the most part, yeah, when I can research it, I sure do.
She talks about her ass a lot. I like
No,
that.
she does. She talks about her ass a lot. Oh, yeah.
I have a question.
It's like my Swiss Army knife. I can do a lot of things with it. I can pull out information. I can open beer bottles. It's like a Leatherman tool.
See, I haven't heard a bad thing yet. The other thing, how many superlatives before we get your ass over here? And by the way, when are you coming over? When are you getting your ass? Because you're out there in Death Valley.
How many bottled Negronis do you have on deck?
I got plenty of. I got Negroni.
Okay, I'll be there in an hour. Actually, I'll be there in 4 hours. I think I live about 4 hours away.
Yeah, she is. 4 hours is like 20 minutes to us, I think. And by the way, that's a commute to work here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Lori Downey Jr. talking to the great and ubiquitous Wonderhussy.
Yeah, my question is, where are you originally from?
Well, I'm originally from the Bay Area of California, but I got bored living there, and I moved to Las Vegas, where I lived for 21 years. And then I got bored living in Vegas, so I moved out here to Death Valley. That's where I live right now. Death friggin' Valley. How about that?
I love that.
By the way, Wonderhussy,
that is something I would do. That is something I would totally do. You know, give me a great cigar, a little bourbon, and a vast desert. I'm a happy guy. And that's me. Yeah.
Where do
go
we
ahead,
go?
Mark.
No, I was going to say, to Wonderhussy, ever since I saw her the first time, I want to get a pair of those huge American flag sunglasses that she puts on the tip of her nose and looks with her eyes into the camera.
Yeah.
I love that. So I'm going to go online and I'm going to get a pair of those glasses.
Now she's a funny broad, man.
What was that town we went to? Randallburg or something?
Oh, Randsburg. You've been to Randsburg, I'm sure.
Oh, sure have. It's a great place.
Yeah, that's a great little
There's a great bar there.
There is one great little bar there, and only one bar. The other one is, there's a curmudgeon who runs that place, and he'll short pour you. But the other one is a really good one, not to bring out the negatives or nothing. And you're really good about that, never bringing out the negatives. And I'm about to present one more positive here, and that is that the guys, when she travels with guys, I've seen 2 or 3 guys. You know, normally I'll see in this sort of setting and a Wonderhussy sort of gal, although she's her own person, I see a guy and I'll think, oh, that's a douchey guy, you know, or boy, look at him. For some reason, the guys that you choose, your friends who are male friends, seem like really good and non-douchey dudes. And it's not really.
I ain't got time for douches. Life is too short to travel with a douche. Why would I waste my time?
Yeah, but Wonderhussy, you do understand what I'm saying, right? That these guys come off as really cool and into scouting out places and searching and totally into what you're into, and that is checking out places for the most part out in the desert.
Yep, out in the middle of nowhere. That's where you'll find me.
Yeah.
I think the quote was, "Why would I travel with a douche? Life's too short."
Yeah, that's true.
That is
true.
the quote.
Yeah, that'll be on our epitaph.
I'm full of them.
Yeah.
Just wait till I come visit you. Boy, you're gonna need earplugs.
Yeah. Well, no. I know you'd drive me crazy because first of all,
She's adorable.
you know females and yakking. Oh my God, females can yak. But this female, you know, take your average yakking female and multiply that by a gazillion, and you've got Wonderhussy. But because of that, she does interesting and great videos, and she grabbed my heart with this love, especially of Northern Nevada. I love Northern Nevada, and Wonderhussy, hey, we love you. So look forward to getting your ass over here in those tight leather jeans, cracking open some bottles of beer using the crack, and enjoying some great Virginia City, not bourbon, but gin. Wonderhussy, thank you. You are a delight, and you're a beautiful person. We love you here from Outlaw Radio.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to coming out there.
That's it. She's cool, man.
Yeah, very
she's
cool. Very cool.
You know what she is? She's authentic. She's genuine.
Yes.
We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
outlawradiolive.com. If you're listening on the YouTube, just hit the smash button. Join us. Outlaw Radio Live with Magic Matt Allen. We're coming right back.
A shocking place, an evil plexus of slums hide human creeping things, where filthy men and women live on pen'orths of gin, where collars and clean shirts are decencies unknown, where every citizen wears a black eye and none ever combs his hair.
This is Outlaw Radio. In the last segment here on Outlaw Radio, Wonderhussy, that YouTube phenom, and yours truly, Magic Matt, we were talking about this. Virginia City gin. Compliments of a buddy of mine in Reno, Nevada, who gifted me this. It's been sitting here for about a year and a half. Have not cracked this thing open. And when Wonderhussy loves her gin. So we'll crack that thing and...
Two things she loves. She loves gin. She loves her ass.
Yeah, and she loves tight leather pants. Yeah. Have you heard a bad thing yet?
No.
No. Hey, in a survey, and perhaps surprisingly high, 55% of people said they always keep one of these in their vehicle. What is it? Lori, what do you think it is?
A cup holder.
All right. Billy Dilly, our HR man just walked in. Billy Dilly, what would you guess?
A roll of toilet paper.
That son of a bitch.
A roll of toilet paper?
100% correct.
Really?
100% correct.
I hate to tell you this, but
Billy Dilly, HR man to Outlaw Radio and Marine, hoorah! I got to tell you, man, congratulations. You are the winner.
What did he win?
A roll of toilet paper. Yes.
Yeah.
This I found fascinating.
That's kind of weird.
Lori, yeah, well, it's smart, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I gave a stupid
our
answer.
father has always done that.
Really?
Oh, that's why I get the preparedness from him.
You know, Dad's a pragmatist, so am I. So maybe we must get that from Dad.
I did give a stupid answer.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't the correct answer, but I don't know
That's
if
why
it
it was stupid.
I don't know if it was stupid, Lori.
Cup holder? Come on, a cup
Right, Billy, you
holder?
need-
Ask any teacher. There are no stupid answers. And by the way, I've always had a problem with that one.
My dad always says you need a way. You need something to defend yourself with.
Yeah.
You need to be able to start a fire. And
Yeah.
you need to be able to wipe your you know what.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's it.
Yeah, you need to be able to wipe Wonderhussy's ass.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mark, what was going to be your answer? I'm just
Oh, no.
curious.
It was going to be dead bodies.
Okay. All right. And
Oh, wow.
And that's my brother Mart who asked the question
I
to
know.
Mark C.G. Boyer. And
I
that's
regret
why,
it so
And
much.
that's why I didn't ask Mark C.G. Boyer. Maricopa County voter, this dude, sort of long hair. You know, you wouldn't really typically look at this guy and think, well, this guy's on the right. You know, he looks sort of, not freaky, but hippie-esque. I think a lot of the hippies have come over to the right because
I love them.
they're sick and tired of their rights being ripped away from them.
Yes.
Now, Lori, you're going to have to crank this, which means go beyond the tape on the board.
I'm pushing.
Because, damn it, this was real low volume. But this is a guy sitting there in the forget where the hell it was, but it was Maricopa County voter, and this is the guy with the long hair confronting a board of supervisors over the 2022 election issues, and hope this will be loud enough for you. But even though the volume is low, I thought it was worthy of your time. Listen to this dude talking to these douchebags sitting across from him. That's him.
Mr. Baker?
Mr. Baker?
Good morning. Once again, the eyes of the world are upon Maricopa County for another botched election. Am I here to accuse you of stealing the vote? Heavens no, for that would make me a terrorist, wouldn't it? Let me ask you, if you took your life savings to a bank and the teller put them in a machine and the machine kicked out 1 out of 4 of your bills and the teller said, don't worry, we'll put them in box 3 over here and we'll let you know how many were in there later. We'll send them off to a separate location and someone will be sure to get back to you and tell you how much money you have. Would you be okay with that? No, you would not be okay with that. Now ask yourself the question, which is more valuable, your vote or your money? Now ask a lobbyist that same question. Now ask a campaign manager that question. Now ask Mark Zuckerberg that question, which is more valuable, your money or your vote or your country or this world or the corruption that is taking over every single county in this nation? And then you look into your own soul and you look back at yourself in the mirror and realize that you are the cancer that is tearing this nation apart.
He's pissed.
That's Taylor from the Planet of the Apes. It's Charlton Heston, man. He's great.
He's pissed.
He's adamant.
He is pissed. And
I wanted to break out in a song.
And I don't blame him, man. I don't blame him for being pissed.
He's got a good delivery, man.
I mean, there are third world nations that can count their friggin' votes in less than a day.
And they got voter ID.
Yeah, right. But in Maricopa County, no, it takes 10 days or 2 weeks. I mean, it's friggin' ridiculous.
He enunciates very well, though.
So for this dude to be so pissed off, I'm with him, man. I am totally with him. And for that little former TV news anchor not to win in Arizona, ridiculous.
He reminds me of Meatloaf, like gonna break out in a song.
So you saw the picture of him?
No, I didn't, but I was just
because he looks a little like meat.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. Jerry Seinfeld and Jon Stewart weigh in on Dave Chappelle controversy. And really what they're doing here is, I found this less interesting, but I'll throw this out to you, my friends. It's really about trope. Let's talk about trope. Jerry Seinfeld, Jon Stewart, two of the biggest Jewish comedians of our generation, shared their thoughts on the controversy surrounding Dave Chappelle's Saturday Night Live appearance over the weekend. Hey, Dave Chappelle, keep up the good work, my friend.
I thought we had Dave in full.
On Tuesday night's episode of The Late Show, Stewart sat down with host Stephen Colbert, friggin' no-talent piece of crap, discussing several recent instances of anti-Semitism involving celebrities, including Kanye West. The former Daily Show host delivered a handful of jokes before recounting how someone described Chappelle's SNL monologue to him as having normalized anti-Semitism. He explained that anti-Semitism is already incredibly normal, adding, I don't believe that censorship and penalties are the way to end anti-Semitism or gain understanding. I don't believe in that, and I think it's the wrong way for us to approach it. Chappelle, spot on. To friggin' Sweep it under the rug is not the way to approach it. Get it all out there.
Chappelle's been
Which is
spot
the
on.
exact opposite of what the woke nation wants. You know, being woke means never having to tell the truth.
Yeah.
That's what being woke is.
About everything.
Because,
I have a person
Yeah,
that-
there might be a chance you'll hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, last night I have a person she's been one of those deranged Trump haters for a long time. She said she heard the Chappelle thing. It's changed her mind a little bit. She says, you know, I kind of had second thought, even though I still don't like the guy.
He's good, man.
But yeah.
Chappelle is good. Comedy is reductive. The Star continued. We play with tropes because everyone has prejudices in their lives. Who the hell's he talking to here? Hold on a second.
He's talking to Colbert.
No. That wasn't my question. My question was, who is Colbert talking to? Is it Jerry Seinfeld? Is it Jon Stewart? It's Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Who, by the way, that Jon Stewart is on my last friggin' nerve.
Yeah.
Comedy is reductive. We play with tropes because trope is a cool word to throw out there that not everyone knows what it means. Right, John? Huh? Wink, wink? Huh?
Well, you know, the comedians are the last line of defense.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I heard that.
Comedians are the last line of defense. Blah, blah, blah. Stewart went on to say that having constructive conversations about these difficult topics, deconstructing bad ideas, and coming to understanding is a better way to handle situations like Chappelle's. Chappelle has come under fire during SNL's monologue. Did you watch it, Mark?
Yes, I did.
And what'd you think?
I found it.
I mean, being a Jewish man and all, Mark.
I found it funny, and
Yeah.
you have to keep in mind that tropes, in air quotes, have a basis in reality.
Of course.
And Chappelle says, you know, I was in Hollywood, and there were a lot of Jews.
Yeah, right. And it's true,
Yes.
right? There are a lot of Jews, and there are a lot of gay people in Hollywood, period.
Yes.
That's simply the black and
fact.
white truth of it. Okay. So angry viewers have called for the comedian to be canceled. Of course. Yeah, Chappelle. Cancel Chappelle. I think he's having the best run of his life over the last year and a half. I think he's got to be loving this. I mean,
Sure he is.
he's now a superstar. Where before he was a star, you sort of heard of him. Now everybody knows. Dave Chappelle is now a household name.
Yes.
Jerry Seinfeld also weighs in over the controversy with more trope talk. Fellow comedian Jerry Seinfeld shared his thoughts on the debacle in a recent interview with Hollywood Reporter, echoing Stewart's sentiments on opening up dialogue, but he doesn't seem to give as much of an endorsement of Chappelle as Jon Stewart does. When asked what he thought of the monologue, Seinfeld said, "I did think the comedy was well executed, but I think the subject matter calls for a conversation that I don't think I'd want to have in this venue." He was then asked if it made him uncomfortable, which Seinfeld said it provokes a conversation which hopefully is productive. Seinfeld was also asked, sort of repeated himself. Seinfeld was also asked if he'd had the conversation with Chappelle, to which he responded, "I don't have a close relationship with him. We're friends, and it's not a close relationship."
So he doesn't really know him.
No, I tell you what it is, Lori. It's Jerry Seinfeld sort of saying, what is it with, I don't have convos with relevant comedians. I think that's really what it is.
Yeah.
It's like Jerry Seinfeld, you don't need me to tell you this, but you're one of the best. You are one of the best.
And he is.
But you're not relevant. And Dave Chappelle is relevant.
But everybody knows Jerry's name.
Yeah, but Lori, no matter how much money you have, and you know Jerry Seinfeld has as much money as anyone would ever want.
Gazillions.
Yeah. I mean,
Jerry, she's got man hands, Jerry.
He's no billionaire, but close. If he's not a billionaire, he's close.
Yeah.
So he's when it comes to cashish, he's doing fine. But he's not relevant. And I
So weird.
I bet he would take $10 million if he would be secure the position of being a relevant comedian today. It's, once you have all the money in the world, what else is there? It's like my arguments over the past several years with will Clinton run again?
Yeah, but
will
Jerry
this old broad run again? And they say, oh, no, she won't. I've been saying since day one, yes, she will. Because it's all that she has is even that small chance So you're saying there's a chance. You know, that old line. Even that small chance that she could become president, it's all Hillary has. Yeah, Lori?
I was going to say that Jerry Seinfeld could come back.
You know, they're all those Jews. They're all the same. Yeah, Springfeld, Seinfeld, Yagovitz. You know, I mean, come on.
I would just say that, like today, he could do anything and he'd be relevant again. Because
No, that's not true.
That's not true.
He's tried things, Lori. He did this. He did a couple of YouTube.
Comments and cars.
Yeah, which was fine, but I don't think he was trying to garner the spotlight. I think he was bored.
Right.
He's not even that old.
And he thought, here,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He's done.
Yeah,
He's not. Oh, I would love to be as done as him.
Well, no,
you,
hey,
Marty?
Hey, you and I both. But the thing is, he's the one who decided to pull the plug on Seinfeld. So he knew when it was the end, and he took the great way out before the ratings went down the tubes.
Yeah.
So he's smart.
He's I think an exceptionally smart guy. But here's the dirty little truth: I met the man. I met him about 10, 12 years ago at Grand Havana, the private cigar club in Beverly Hills. And man, did I find this guy to be an arrogant bastard.
Our sister waited on him, said the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's... Listen, he's probably not the most gracious guy in person.
Poor fella.
He's sort of black and white.
Oh,
and
my God.
He's funny on stage.
At
but,
TV,
but
yeah.
he's not a guy you're going to have a drink with. And by the way, almost gun to my head, I bet he doesn't drink. I bet that dude does not drink.
And one more thing.
And do I trust people that don't drink? No.
No.
What, Mart?
I don't know if this... just to add on to that, Debbie, our sister, said that he tipped $5.
Oh, God.
well.
Yeah, well,
Well, maybe he's just awkward.
No, okay.
Oh, cheap? He's
Yeah,
awkward?
awkwardly cheap.
Whatever.
And Tim Allen hospitalized Jay Leno handling burn injuries. So Tim Allen visited his buddy Jay Leno. And Tim says, went to see my pal Leno in the hospital after his burn accident, took some treats and car magazines. Allen said he has severe burns, acts like he just stubbed his toe. The dude is a superhero.
Yeah, he is.
Great care. We'll have him back in the real world real soon. I love that about Jay Leno.
Yep.
There's another guy you're not going to have a drink with because he doesn't drink. But I think when all is said and done, old Leno, that car aficionado, motorcycle lover.
He's a nice guy.
Merely a flesh
Well,
wound.
I've worked with him. He's
met him one night.
not a loquacious guy, but I think he's a real man. We'll be this after back.
I'm trying to figure out which one it is.
All the mics. Bring up the mics. Okay, hey, for those of you watching us on YouTube, and this is simply for you on YouTube.
Getting in trouble.
You don't have to have the music up at all. At all. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Even though I do love that song from the Gap Band.
No problem.
I was the only white kid who was 15 years old who saw them in Seattle.
Well, you're very welcome.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Very welcome.
Okay, here's my point.
Where's the humdinger?
A buddy of mine who lives in China, not a Chinese person, but a buddy of mine I worked with in New York at Z100. He said that Matt, he was listening or watching some of our stuff, not on BitChute, but the one I always forget. Rumble.com. And so he heard me talking about the fact that people are having a hard time finding us on YouTube because they're screwing us on YouTube. And he sent me a thing from China saying, Matt, you're right. Trying to find you is like a needle in a haystack. So I gave him some parameters and some ways to do it. He had to jump through hoops to finally find us on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he's listening right now or watching us on YouTube because he finally figured it out. But the analytics, man, they have us so fucking buried on YouTube because
terrible.
they hate the fact that we tell the truth.
They you know what they started doing with certain people like us too? they'll clip the volume where you can't unmute. You can't unmute the volume. It's like, where's it?
No.
As soon as I can get it.
Where's the hum?
They do everything.
Yeah.
They do everything to screw us, but we shall overcome. We will persevere. And and friends that are not subscribed to Magic Matt, you got to punch it in that way. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. Punch it in that way. Subscribe. Smash the like button and the follow or whatever.
Notify.
The notify. The notify is very important. Hit that notify button. Okay, so
For
Mike.
God's sakes, we're friends with Wonderhussy.
All right, so that's true. So my mic is out. Let me hear for the hum now. We're trying
I don't hear it.
Hold on. So now the hum is not there.
I never heard it.
Yeah, I did.
You're a humdinger.
Okay, so do you have Billy's mic up?
I have them all up.
Talk to me, Billy.
Ow.
Yeah, there was a major hum. So what in the hell is Mark's mic up?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Okay.
Oh my God. Can we come back? Can we do something fun? There's no hum.
Yeah, there was.
Maybe it's because I was singing the Crash Test Dummy song.
There was a hum. All right, okay, so take us down. But hey, we appreciate those of you who do support us on YouTube. Tell your friends to find us. It may be it's like wandering through the desert looking for an old mine, but find us and then punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube.
While driving along, top down, hair whipping in the wind, the radio turned up so loud bugs burst and birds scatter. You've got it locked on the greatest show on earth. Tanned, relaxed, and grinning, the legendary Outlaw Radio.
Hey, remember when you were in the Beatles? Remember a few months ago when David Zucker, a comedic genius, he and his brother and partner, they put together one of the funniest movies of all time, Airplane One, and he was on the show, and he made this statement, and he, as far as I know, he got no heat for this, but this was on Outlaw Radio. David Zucker. I don't give much credence to interior decorators.
Oh, you're wrong.
How about, did you hire an interior decorator?
Yes, and
you did?
Even though I hate gay people.
Did you say that?
Did I say something wrong?
I don't know, dude.
We'll send you the tape. Yeah.
I'm staying out of that one.
Right.
All right.
Me too.
Okay. I love that. I love David Zucker. I love him. He's a good guy, and of course that's parody. But someone could say at some point, "Did you or did you not make that statement?" Well, yes, I did. But no, that's enough. You've already admitted to it.
Well, you isolated the clip too.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's happy about that.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care.
But he doesn't care. But the thing about David Zucker is, I thought he and I would be fast friends, and I bring this up because I believe that Kaelin,
He's a blocker.
you following me on this?
Oh, I already.
You following me on
I've
this?
felt that for a long time.
Yeah, we attended Kaelin's wedding at David Zucker's beautiful home.
We sang at his wedding
in Brentwood. We did, and
he loved you, Marty.
David and I had great conversations, and then we had him over here on the show, and we were talking about having bourbon at his house, and none of his parties am I invited to. That is not like me, and it's not like a guy like David Zucker. So what I think happened was David, probably, who has known Cato, see, they're both Wisconsin guys.
Well, did you ask Cato?
So like Cato's going to admit it, Lori. Yes, I C-blocked you from David Zucker.
Well, I'll ask him.
Yeah, no, you won't. Because, Mart, don't you think that's a ridiculous question? Did I ask Cato? Hey, Cato, did you block me? But I think because, that's my, Cato's thinking, that's my celebrity friend. That's my big producer friend, David Zucker. And that's not your friend.
Also,
Yeah?
your other buddy.
Yeah?
who was in the movies with him.
Yeah, Robert Hayes.
Yes.
Captain Stryker. What
he
about
didn't
him?
block you, and he
of
put
course
you
he
guys
didn't.
together a long time
That's
ago.
a different.
Of course he did, but he did put us together.
Yes.
But
So this wasn't something because of Cato.
Well, you've never sat in here when Cato Kaelin's playing poker
I don't want to.
and punches everything in sight.
No, I don't want to.
There's a whole different dynamic to Cato Kaelin that not
there's
every.
a hole in one of your pieces of wood. Is what I mentioned.
Did you see what he finally did?
I was here.
Oh, really?
What happened?
When
I
he put
watched
his,
him do it.
You mean
His
last
whole arm
Saturday
went
when he
through.
put put his
Yes.
entire arm through it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
That's where we throw the chips into this little wooden box.
Yeah.
He put his friggin'
All the way
entire
through it.
arm through it. Yeah, he's a strong guy, but that boy ain't right. All right, big hour, next hour on Outlaw Radio on YouTube. Punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. That's the way you'll find us, if you'll find us. And I appreciate you being there. Thanks.
This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. I knew that something was going on wrong when you started laying down the law. I can't move my hands. I break out in sweat. I wanna cry. Can't take it anymore. This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. I've been around a long, long time, seen it all, and I'm used to being free. I know who I am, try to do what's right, so lock me up and throw away the key. This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. For them, and then what's coming down the road. The light in the tunnel could be the southbound train. Lord, please help them with the load. This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door. This has gotta stop. Enough is enough. I can't take this BS any longer. It's gone far enough. You wanna claim my soul? You'll have to come and break down this door.
I was sitting at the bar last night, and this horse walked in and said to the bartender, "Give me a beer." And the bartender said to the horse, "Why the long face?" Wait a minute. Then the sandwich came in. The sandwich and sat next to the horse. The Bartender said, "We don't serve food here, thank you." And then the skeleton walked in and said, "Bartender, give me a beer and a mop." I mean, it's getting out of hand.
Mr. $1.98, what else is on your mind?
Oh, my hairpiece. Rug warnings are up. It's windy out here.
No.
Yes, I'm in Vegas, you know. Mm-hmm. And I saw Sunset Boulevard with Glenn Close. It was excellent.
Yes.
And I was in the Hollywood Parade. If I get any fat, I'll be one of the floats next year.
Rip Taylor,
You
everybody.
know you're fat when the crotch in your moo-moo fits. You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know exactly.
I was so fat as a kid, my mother used to dress me alike. I mean, I was heavy. Yes. Then I had a new drink. I had vodka and prune juice called a pile driver. It's not pretty. It is not pretty. You know, I met Nancy Reagan.
You didn't?
She is so lifelike.
Yeah.
You know, she thinks PMS is plural for afternoon. She's not bright.
Rip Taylor, ladies and Dobermans. Have a great time. You and Debbie.
Approaching me, she said, "I never seen a man who looks so all alone. Or could you use a little company? If you pay the right price, your evening will be nice, and you can go and send me on my way." I said, "You're such a sweet young thing. Why you do this to yourself?" She looked at me, and this is what she said: "Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. I could. Oh no, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good. Not even 15 minutes later, I'm still walking on the street when I saw the shadow of a man creep out of sight. And then he swept up from behind, he put a gun up to my head. He made it clear he wasn't looking for a fight. He said, "Give me all you got. I want your money, not your life. If you try to make a move, I won't think twice." I told him, "You can have my cash, but first you know I gotta ask what made you wanna live this kind of life." He said, "There ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay. I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. I know I can't slow down. I can't hold back, though you know I wish I could. Oh no, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good."
You know, we're the last line of defense, and really the comedians are the last, the voice of truth in this whole thing.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time! Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us. Outlaw Radio for all of us.
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. It was lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Wow, COVID, it's coming back. Oh yeah, you know, the latest here in Los Angeles, mask up again.
Oh yeah.
Mask up again.
A lot of flu out there.
It is time to leave this once great state of California.
Unfortunately, yeah, you're correct.
Idiots running the place, and unfortunately, this big socialist friggin' mayor has been elected, and it ain't getting any better here.
Like we didn't know that was gonna happen.
What, Lori?
It's all about Scientology for this mayor. I don't know what that is.
She a Scientologist?
Yes,
I
it's
didn't
like
know
all
that.
her ads.
She is?
That's what all her ads are for Scientology.
I didn't know that. That doesn't sound right.
Got a lot of money.
It is.
Doesn't sound right.
Look into it.
What, do you know? Do you know?
All of the opponents' ads.
Yeah.
Pointing to her Scientology connections.
Oh, okay.
That's a bad thing.
So she's not calling it
So
out.
she may not be a Scientologist, but she's connected to Scientology.
Yes, she is.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, really?
That's why the stupid generation loves her.
Well, then Tom Cruise for mayor, I guess. You know, if we're going to go down that
I'd
rabbit
rather
hole.
have Tom Cruise,
Right?
Yeah.
Who else? Who are they? Kirstie Alley.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
John Travolta.
John Travolta.
John Travolta.
The Office star Rainn Wilson, Rainn Wilson, changes his name for climate change. Rainfall, heat wave, extreme winter Wilson. The Office star Rainn Wilson, remember that big geeky guy in that show? Yeah, funny guy. You know, he played the biggest geek.
Yeah.
Announced he has changed his name in order to draw attention to global warming and other environmental emergencies. Henceforth, he will now be known as Rainfall, Heat Wave, Extreme Winter Wilson. What more do you need to hear to understand that these people are nutbags?
He forgot earthquake.
Yeah.
He should. That's his
Idiot.
middle name, Lauren.
Firestorm Wilson. Idiot sticks. Gettysburg College postpones event for people tired of white cis men. Gettysburg College postpones event for people tired of white cis men. That would be you, Mark. That would be me. That would be Billy Dilly, our HR man.
Mark.
Well, not certain.
No, we don't know.
But
White cis men.
yeah,
What does that mean?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what it means. I'm with them. F those privileged honky ass mofos.
That's right, man. I feel
Us
you.
with the white privilege. F us.
Feel you, brother.
Honky mother effers. That's what we are.
What is the cis
We're
thing?
privileged.
I don't get it. I don't get the cis thing.
We're heterosexual males. That's what it's talking about.
I'm like so lost in all these like letters.
I know.
Well, and by the way, I'd say, is it just me? But I know it's not just me. But aren't these articles way too long? I mean, I look at this as masturbatory for writers who are generally narcissists. So their articles are as long as possible, and I'm tired of having to do the show prep where I have to read the entire friggin' article. So now it's like the first paragraph, and I'm bored.
Oh, yeah, my eyes glaze over.
Right? Yeah. So it's not just me. It's like they're narcissists. It's like I'm writing, so you must read it. This is going to change your life, and it just gets old.
Where are they
So
writing?
I won't read the entire thing.
What is the what are they writing in?
What?
Where are they writing?
All over the place. Many a journal, many a website.
Bathroom walls.
Gettysburg College postpones event for people tired of white cis men. Gettysburg College postponed a painting and writing event hosted by its Gender, Sexuality, and Resource Center for people who are tired of white cis men.
Is this in Pennsylvania?
It's Gettysburg College. The private Pennsylvania college offered the event as part of a Peace and Justice, or P&J, senior project. I like P&J. How about you, Lori?
I like peanut butter and jelly.
I'm not a big fan.
But has since postponed it after it was shared online. I never crave it, but if someone makes one for me,
You got to have it.
I'll eat it and I'll like it.
I just remember going to school and Mom would make my lunches and just cake the jelly and peanut butter on there.
No, because
soak it.
Well, she knew that you were hungry.
Huh.
The event originally scheduled told people to come paint and write about how they are tired of straight white men. Okay. Isn't there a name for this? There's a name for this, right?
Stupid.
Yeah, stupid, racism. The pieces from the event would then be displayed in the school's dining hall for the campus to view. One anonymous Gettysburg alumni told Fox News Digital that he was pretty upset by the event and that as a white cis male, the fact that basically people are being allowed to discriminate based on sexuality and race is not something that was ever in the Gettysburg that was taught to me. Even as a conservative, the one thing Gettysburg used to always strive for was diversity, equity, and inclusion, but in an actual good way that you could have conservatives. You could have liberals, you could have actual conversations. He said you could have that academic back and forth as a liberal arts college. And there are some points to be made. Bill Maher makes some good points in a few minutes here. The alumnus told Fox News Digital he believes the event was postponed because they thought they were going to get away with it until it got shared onto an Instagram thing with 2 million people, and a bunch of people saw it, and they went, what the heck? He said, adding that he believes the event sends a negative message to Gettysburg alumni and potential donors. Yeah, I would say. Says, I hope they take this as a learning experience, push back on some of this wokeness that you've seen, because the primary focus of school should be to educate the next generation. Yeah, wouldn't that be a beautiful thing? And make sure that we have a society that continues to function and think critically. Now, critical thinking is not important to the woke.
No.
No. You think as we do. We are not robots. We think on our own. We are individuals.
March this way.
A current senior at Gettysburg College who spoke on anonymity over fear of punishment said they were not surprised at all that a poster like this is spread through the college, considering there was a public drag show in the middle of campus 3 or 4 weeks prior to this. Normally, and give it up for yourselves, won't you? Give it up. Normally, rhetoric on posters of this nature tends to be more inclusive and welcoming to the target student groups, but this rhetoric is simply divisive. It's all about divisiveness.
Of course.
And the left, they love to call us divisive. We're not divisive.
No, they like to try to flip things around.
No, we're not divisive. We just sort of
have a happy day.
Yeah. Just do your own thing and just stop it already.
Don't hurt anyone.
Stop sticking it down our throats, man.
Yeah.
Schools should not allow this type of rhetoric as it openly and boldly defies what the college says they want to achieve. Well, because they're liars. Folks running these colleges are big, fat liars. It's about indoctrination. You know that.
You've been saying this for years.
Yeah, and once again, it's...
Those professors.
Lori, it's a blessing and a curse always being right. The student said that this incident, like many other indecencies, have occurred at Gettysburg College, making me feel as if the school is incompetent. Duh. And that the school no longer allows students to speak freely. They only allow ideas and concerns of students to be heard that fit their ideas that the school would like to promote. I believe I just said that.
Yes.
That's what this is all about. No more, no less. GLAD. Are we familiar with GLAD? G-L-A-A-D, E-I-E-I-O. And on this farm there was a GLAD. GLAD, L-G-B-T-Q, L-G-B-T-Q, and there's a big cow in my living room.
Ooh.
And her name is Rosie O'Donnell. Okay, that didn't fit. It was a bit of a non sequitur.
It was.
Yeah.
You fit it in there, though.
Yeah,
phrasing.
I don't know. It's
Frank Sinatra would have been.
Well, it must be my subconscious vitriol for Rosie. Metal doesn't, steel doesn't burn O'Donnell.
Yeah.
No, let's not go there.
That's the first time in history.
Yeah. GLAD calls Candace Cameron Bure's comments irresponsible and hurtful. Threatens advertiser boycott. Do you know why they threaten an advertiser boycott? Because that's all they got, and that's what they do.
Yeah.
It's called strong arm tactic.
Yeah, bullies.
It goes back to the mob in New York.
Sure it does.
And other parts of the country, but you think of New York when you think of the mob. And
I do.
Teamsters.
The president of GLAD has condemned Candace Cameron Bure's recent comments in the Wall Street Journal, in which she said that the Great American Family Channel, where the actress serves as chief creative officer, will focus on traditional marriage instead of gay couples in its Christmas programming. And that's a blasphemous statement.
Yeah.
She can't get away with it. Traditional marriage, all right? There's a reason why they call it traditional marriage instead of gay couples. So they're going to focus in. They're not banning gay couples or gay marriage, but they're focusing in on traditional marriage.
Right.
But that's a nasty thing to do. Sarah Kate Ellis, Glad's president and CEO, called Burr's comments irresponsible and hurtful. Well, if it's Sarah Kate Ellis, she probably talks like this. Irresponsible and hurtful, and threatened to boycott by advertisers and cable providers.
Oh, no.
Because that's it.
Yeah.
You be mean. If we perceive you as being mean to us, then damn it, we will take the money away from you.
Matt, this generation and
That's
all
what they
these
do,
people,
man.
I can't wear an American flag in my hat anymore because they call me racist.
You're racist
if
for
I wear an
loving America.
American
For
flag.
loving America, you're racist.
Yes.
Every piece of entertainment on the planet has to include LGBT.
Yeah, it's got to have something in there.
Yeah.
Even though it's a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of the population.
But that's a new generation, Matt.
Yeah,
It's
no. We
not-
talked about this last week, man. It's not the millennials. It's these Gen X dip asses, man.
The kids that ate the Tide.
The kids that ate the
always says
Tide.
that.
I know. Well,
It's true.
That's because when Lori gets on one thing, she'll never jump off that.
Because I never forgot
the
it.
Tide Pod bandwagon.
They ate the little pod, so that made them this way.
As the
They're
company,
angry.
as the company's chief creator, that's the only
Would
reason.
you be angry with soap in your mouth?
That's because
I would too.
They might deserve it.
It's only because millennials thought it was a funny joke to get the Gen
Yes.
Xers to eat Tide Pods.
Right, it was a joke.
And so that's why all of them are pissed off and stupid.
Now they hate everybody.
As the company's chief creative officer, her statement is harmful and insulting to LGBTQ employees as well as employees with LGBTQ's friends and family. Ellis wrote in a series of tweets this week. If GAF's plan is to intentionally exclude stories about LGBTQ couples, by the way, it's not what she said. You see, it's not what you said. Same thing with Florida. Don't say gay. That was never said. It was never part of the doctrine. It was never part of the law in any way, shape, or form. Because in order for these people to get this stuff crammed down the throats of idiots like Generation Zers, is because they don't do the research on this.
No, they don't.
They'll hear something and they'll take it as fact.
They make it up, like when Trump said it'd eat the Clorox bleach to cure.
Yeah. So if the plan is to intentionally exclude stories about LGBTQ couples, then actors, advertisers, cable and streaming platforms, and production companies should take note and seriously consider whether they want to be associated with a network that holds exclusion as one of its values. They don't. It's not about exclusion. This Candace Cameron Burr of the Great American Family Channel, she's not saying that. She never said that in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
But GLAAD, GLAD, isn't it funny how a group of people called GLAD aren't? They're not very glad.
Not very glad.
And they're never happy.
No.
They use the threat of advertiser boycotts to pressure media companies into conforming to its radical leftist agenda. In the past, the organization has issued such threats to companies including Fox News, Twitter, and the Hallmark Channel. In the case of the Hallmark Channel, GLAD successfully pressured the channel into reversing an earlier decision to reject commercials featuring gay couples. Since then, the Hallmark Channel has gone even further by... I came up with my own gone even further. You got to see those commercials, huh? Right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
By actively incorporating gay couples into its Christmas movies. They're sitting there on the couch, and, it's sort of blacked out, but what you hear is...
Your buddy Robert Hayes did a lot of those for Hallmark Channel, and it was never like that when he did those things.
Yeah, but it was never like this 20 years ago.
Well, that's true.
And California was a good place to live 25 years ago.
You know what I blame it on?
What?
The pods, the washing machine pods.
Oh, yeah, Tide Pods. Yeah.
Here's what happened.
The millennials joking around with the Gen Zers and thought it would be a funny joke to get them to eat it. And, yeah, I blame it on that, too.
These kids that grew up and became adults.
Lori Downey Jr., yes.
What they've done is they've gotten these jobs, and they are the voice. And they can get into anyone's IP address.
Yeah.
They do really wicked stuff.
Yeah, I know.
And they hate our generation. They can't wait till we die.
They hate America.
They hate
America.
They hate millennials. They can't wait till they die.
I like the fact they hate millennials, though, because millennials are finally coming to our side. Which means
they've been on our side the whole time.
which
you didn't know it.
Which means the love of America.
Right.
I think a majority of them, whether it's a vast majority, I don't know, but I think a majority of millennials are more conservative confident than we were when we were millennials.
I will tell you that even like locally here in California, millennials voted for the right mayor.
Yeah, I bet they did, Lori. I bet
did.
Yeah, they voted for a businessman. Boy, what a concept.
Who has a track record?
Yeah, let's vote for a businessman who has nothing but a sterling record in business to run the city of Los Angeles. But no. Dirty little secret. And yes,
I have a very dirty little secret.
This is my own opinion. But once again, blessing and a curse, always being right. This was baked into the cake way before Election Day. Way before Election Day. This friggin' chick was going to win regardless.
Yeah. Yes.
This guy didn't have a chance, and he spent, I think, $100 or $200 million of his own money
right.
because he cares about L.A. And I'm
has
sure
a track record, by the way.
Yeah, but Lori, I'm certain he has an ego, so it'd be cool to be mayor. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to be mayor of L.A.
But you know what? He has a plan, and he could develop all this stuff for the homeless.
No. All that's done. He won't be mayor. He was not elected because people in this town are too stupid to do the right thing, even with a gun to their head. And I mean that literally now, because that's where we are in Los Angeles.
So let me tell you something about...
It's a dangerous place. Yeah, Lori Downey Jr.
These Gen Xers have run their credit cards way out of control. They live with their parents. They don't own houses.
Okay, hold on a second. Is it a vast majority, or you're saying a large number of the Gen Z? Is it Gen Z or Gen A? It's Gen Z, right?
Yes.
They're living with their parents, most of them?
Yes, they are.
Okay, all right.
So they're running their credit cards up. They have these incredible cars. They can't pay for anything. They won't pay for anything because they live beyond needs.
Laura, we can blame it on the parents, man. We can blame it on the parents.
Parenting.
I mean, as children in our household, we had a shelf life of 18 years old, and Dad made no bones about it. Get a job. Now, I was out way before then because that just happens to be who I am. But he would not put up with the crazy. Well, except our sister Debbie. Boy, did he give her a lot of passes.
Still does.
Yeah, yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I understand that. I have a daughter, but I don't have to give her a pass because she's a self-made chick. So you were saying, Lori?
So what they did was they kind of put it out there in their little, like, how they communicate to each other.
Yeah.
And they just said, go for the woman because we want a woman to run as a mayor because she's, like, about equality.
Yeah.
And go for a woman that's not white.
Oh, yeah, no, got to go for the black woman.
That's why they voted for this person.
As the mayor of Bunchkinland, I will tell you the Wicked Witch is finally dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
We're in bad shape,
but
man.
they do no research. No. And the millennials are really upset because they did do the research.
Because, Lori, it's about aesthetics. It's about aesthetics and how it fits into their look
These people,
of what
I've got to step in on Lori
of what the world should be.
No, I'm going to tell you something.
No, I've got to step in on you for a minute.
Okay, go.
Quit giving all the millennials a pass right now, because not all of them are.
Hey, Mart. Once again, I don't think Lori's giving all millennials a pass. Of course, I know some Irish people that don't drink. Of course, there are a lot of idiot stick millennials. We're saying we think the vast majority of millennials are getting their act together, where Gen Zs are
because
not.
They're suffering because the millennials are suffering right now because they don't have their parents to lean on.
Right.
They're out there working.
Yeah. They have to work.
Not.
Right. Candace Cameron Bure starred in numerous Hallmark Channel movies before leaving the channel in April to join the Great American Family. Wall Street Journal interview. She was asked whether or not GAF would spotlight gay couples in its Christmas movies. All right? So right off the bat, whoever's doing the interview is a fire-starting piece of crap.
Yeah, of course.
What sort of a question is that? How about the question, so are you planning on doing quality entertaining shows? Forget about quality. Are you planning on doing entertaining? Yes, we are. But right off the bat, let's get into this whole LGBTQ thing. These friggin' a-holes who do interviews, and I can't say that, but they should be. All right?
You don't have to say
that. Yeah. I think that, okay. So asked her if they'd spotlight gay couples in Christmas movies, which forces an answer from her. She says, I think the great American family will keep traditional marriage at the core. What's wrong with saying that?
Nothing.
But because of that, that's a blasphemous statement in this day and age.
I have something to say.
Lori, that one little remark has prompted a deluge of hatred from the left, people attacking her as a homophobe and a bigot, even comparing her to Eva Braun. That's how sick these a-holes on the left are.
I have something good to tell you.
Yeah.
So Lindsay Lohan has a new Christmas movie coming out.
All
It's
right.
called Falling for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a
why is
good,
that
feel
good?
good.
I'm still waiting for the good news.
No, because
How in the hell does that affect my life?
Dina Lohan is a good friend of mine.
I understand that.
And Lindsay,
Well, I hope
hear
Lindsay's
it's a
getting
terrific
scantily
movie.
clad like a Santa outfit or something, because that's the way it will work.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's a feel-good movie.
I don't care what you're saying. By the way, yeah, this is
Falling for Christmas.
This is Magic Matt on Outlaw Radio, showing off his 17-year-old side.
Why is that good news?
She's a hot little broad.
Yeah,
man.
she is.
Right?
Yes, and she's a great little actress.
No, she's a great actress.
Yeah.
I liked it when I took my daughter to see her playing twins. What was that?
Yeah,
The Parent Trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a great little movie.
Yes.
She's always been
And she was great.
And so she has a new movie out called Falling for Christmas. And I think it's going to feel
Unless
great
she's
to
in the
everybody.
back alleys of the Middle East, trying to help folks wearing cloth on their head. We have that.
She was trying to kidnap
She lived
kids,
in
I think.
Dubai.
Didn't I? Hey, when we had her mom on a
Dina Lohan.
couple of years ago, when we had Dina on, didn't I play a little clip of that?
Yeah.
You did.
I think
And
that's
she
when
was
she
a good
went
sport.
Yeah.
Dina was a very good sport.
Well, what's
about
she
it.
gonna be? That's your daughter going like nutso.
Yeah, but she's good. She's a New Yorker.
Oh, okay, so that makes him good. 'cause
Well,
they're New
of course.
No,
Yorkers.
she's got a great sense of humor. I know her personally.
All right, let's go to break, and when we return, I will tell you about Al Roker, and we'll get into this Bill Maher thing. This is some good stuff. He's talking about rot. The rot in the United States and where it's coming from. And Broadway's The Lion King facing a lawsuit for allegedly firing sign language interpreter for being white. For being white.
Welcome to America these days.
I got to
folks.
tell you, I'm with him, man. I hate these honky ass sons of bitches. I'm tired of the honkies.
Crackers.
All right, we'll be this after back on great radio stations throughout the country. Hey, it's hunting season in Wisconsin. On YouTube, punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, and I dare you, try to find us.
dive bar at the end of the Walk of Fame. The cartilage left over in a bag of Popeye's chicken. Chronic talk from stars, would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen. What a boy would be if Siegfried and Roy had a son.
Hey, go ahead, subscribe to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. I don't say that because of any ego. It's simply the only way you can find us on YouTube. You have to implicitly punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio to find us on YouTube. We're on great radio stations throughout the country. Did I mention it's hunting season in Wisconsin? Hunting season!
Yeah, I know.
Let's go get some.
Our buddy Robo, man, Robert Gagnon, the football player.
Get some.
He's out there hunting. Yeah, he's out
That's
there.
got to be fun, man.
Oh, he got a nice buck this year.
Yeah.
My buddy Mark Walker in Montana, he's getting his animals right now.
That's gonna be fun.
Stocking his freezer up.
Eating that cheese, eating that sausage, sucking down. Well, they probably don't drink and shoot, right?
Oh, it's Robo.
No, I'm talking about the masses.
Oh, you're not supposed to.
Wouldn't that be illegal?
You're not supposed to.
No.
But, liquor and firearms don't go together very well.
No.
Yeah.
Hey, today's weather, anchor Al Roker hospitalized for blood clots.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Al Roker is in the hospital. And, hey, Lori, did you know that I am, not one to boast, but I am one of Al Roker's favorite DJs?
I didn't know that.
Well, if you will punch up number 358, as 358, I will prove this to you right this second, that Al Roker, God rest his soul, he's not dead.
No.
But he's in the hospital, and we wish him a quick recovery. But Al Roker is a big fan of yours truly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Al Roker on Sirius XM 70s on 7 and on today's show, Sirius XM 108. You're listening to one of my favorite DJs, Magic Matt.
Said it right there. One of his favorite DJs.
He did say it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
He said it.
He's doing a little top 40 puking there.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hey, good afternoon, it's Al Roker. Al Roker in the
It's funny, I had him do that same drop for me.
Yeah, here's Madonna on KFRC, San Francisco, with old Al Roker. Is it just me? No, play that again.
He's definitely
he's doing a little puke,
it's
right?
Flash Friday.
Little top 40 puking coming at you. Good afternoon, 7:22 in the afternoon. Oh, wait a second, it's nighttime. Woo, my problem. 48 minutes until 8. All right, go ahead.
Call number 9.
Hi, everybody. I'm Al Roker on Sirius XM 70s on 7 and on today's show, Sirius XM 108. You're listening to one of my favorite DJs, Magic Matt.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Good afternoon to you. It's Allie in the afty. Al Roker, God bless you, buddy. I always like that guy. How do you not like that guy? He always stays under the radar and just sort of does his weather. He took over for that big fat white guy. Remember the dude who was on the Today Show for friggin' ever? And that guy, man, you talk about a lovable dude. And no one in this room can think of no one in this 1876 Virginia City Nevada style bar can think of it.
White guy.
I'll tell you, man. When the big fat white guys die, no one remembers them. You thought what, Lori?
I thought that guy was thin.
No. Yeah, he may have gotten thin, but Al Roker, was a big heavy guy. Didn't he sort of lose some weight?
I don't know.
I think he looks great.
Robert Clary, Hollywood legend, Nazi concentration camp survivor.
Ugh.
The very last of the Hogan's Heroes stars to die at 96 years old. Robert Clary. Remember, he was the Frenchie. He was the little French guy.
Oh, yeah.
On Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah, they called him Frenchie on the show.
Played that feisty prisoner of war in the improbable 1960s sitcom Hogan's Heroes. Has died. He was 96. God, I would have loved to have been in that meeting. That pitch meeting to the networks. All right, here's the idea.
Yeah.
We're going to make a Nazi concentration camp funny.
Yeah.
No, we can't. That's not funny. That's not funny.
Lori.
Hogan?
Lori, it became a huge sitcom, and it was funny, and it became a huge hit.
I know nothing.
Made stars of, certainly Richard Dawson, man, put him on the map.
Yeah. And what's his name? The guy.
Warner Klemperer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Banner.
Yeah, but what else did Klemperer do besides that? Hogan? He's the guy who would say, Hogan?
Not that I am.
Yeah, but Matt, who's the guy that you got involved in the sexual scandals and stuff?
Oh, you mean the star?
Yes.
Yeah. What's his
Bob Crane.
Bob Crane.
Yeah.
Larry Elvis got into trouble.
He liked just some weird sex stuff.
Yeah, man, that guy should have stopped while he was ahead.
Oh.
You know,
He got too much money.
a good-looking guy, started off as a disc jockey here in Los Angeles, had huge ratings performing a morning radio show. Someone got wind of that, saw that he was a good-looking guy on the radio, and all of a sudden he pops up with his own sitcom. But that's not the only popping up that happened, and he used to like to. And at that time, was it video or no? It was the new thing was video, and he and his partner, who to this day a lot of people say killed him, but there was no substantial truth to that and no evidence. But man, that Bob Crane, big star, and did a couple Disney movies after Hogan's Heroes. But what kept food on the table for him was he was doing dinner theater throughout the country, and that's when it happened to him in Arizona. He was murdered, and they still don't know. It's one of those unsolved cases. But, you know, I mean, believe me, I love sex as much as the next fella. But do you really have to record it?
Sometimes you do.
What? No.
I have.
No, you just don't.
You have?
You
You
don't.
bet your ass I have.
You
so
don't.
freaking creepy, Mark.
It is creepy.
Why is that creepy, Lori? You think I'm the only one? Let's do a survey.
Lori, I find it creepy. I have only videotaped you and I once. One time.
Fantastic.
I have it in a vault.
It was fantastic, Mark.
I have it in a vault. He never saw it, Lori.
It never happened.
Well, I beg to differ. I saw clips. I did the sound track for it.
Willard Scott.
Yeah, Willard Scott was the weatherman that everybody loved. Willard Scott on the Today Show.
Oh yeah, he was great.
All right.
Lori.
So anyway, don't film and don't videotape your sexual escapades. All right, just don't do
Why
it.
not? Tommy Lee did.
Bill Maher.
Yeah,
Okay, that would be the end of the bit, Mark.
Yep.
That's it. That's it.
Maybe for you.
No, that's the last word.
Well, maybe for you it is.
No, it's my show, so
I get
cut
the
his
last
mic
word.
right now while he's talking.
No.
What an a-hole.
Yes, you are. And what I'm trying to do is trying to teach you
I
not
don't
to
need to be taught anything anymore. I'm too old for that crap.
Bill Maher.
You didn't learn it when you were younger?
Billy wakes up out of a stupor.
Hey, by the way, Billy, I think it's obvious no. The answer is no. He never learned it. Bill Maher says on the left there is a rot, and it comes from academia. And he's sitting there with Stanford law professor Barbara Fried. Is that who he's sitting there with? Hold on. Sam Bankman. No, Fried's mother. So this is about the
Someone's mother?
This is about the FTX CEO. You know, the Bitcoin crap, and it's all gone awry.
Yep.
And so they're talking about this. So no, she's not on the show with him, but there's a chick and some they're obviously both liberals. They usually are on Real Time with Bill Maher, but he makes some good points. Here we go.
So I also think there's an interesting connection here with academia, because I was reading about his mother, SBF's mother. First of all, a lot of the money came through this.
Pause for a second. Just so you know, anytime he mentions SBF, it's Sam Bankman-Fried. And he's the CEO of FTX, which was a Bitcoin debacle, and he was stealing money, I think. Yeah, and got away with it because I'll tell you why. Do you want to know why? Because he's a big liberal, and all his liberal friends covered for him. That's what happened. Continue, please, Lori Downey Jr. with Bill Maher.
Effective altruism. It was a social movement. Listen to this. I love this. The younger generation, when they think they've discovered something new. A social movement dedicated to using evidence and reason to figure out how to benefit others as much as possible. Yes, why didn't we think of that? Yeah. Using evidence effective altruism.
Those are the Generation Zers.
Something. Okay, so it turns out both his parents were professors at Stanford. I'm bringing this up because you're into this area.
Yeah.
And the mother wrote an essay in 2013, Beyond Blame. She said, the philosophy of personal responsibility.
Okay, listen clearly to this. The philosophy of personal responsibility. And then he'll continue. I mean, let this let this sink in, what he's about to say, what this guy, Sam Bankman-Fried's mother, wrote a piece on. Continue.
Ability has ruined criminal justice and economic policy. It's time to move past blame.
Yeah, this is...
Is it really time? Personal responsibility is bad, and blame, that's a thing of the past? No wonder this guy's a fucking crook. You were raised wrong.
Yeah, right.
You were raised wrong, asshole.
Yes, it's true. Blame it on the parents, man.
I study moral psychology, and...
I know you do.
And there are some really interesting studies done by a philosopher named Eric Schwitzgebel who looked at, are philosophers who study ethics more ethical? And he looked at what books get taken from the library and never returned. Ethics books are more likely to never be returned.
Isn't that funny, Lori?
Is that right?
He did all kinds of surveys, like, you know, who calls their mother on Mother's Day.
That's so friggin' funny. The books on ethics are the ones most likely not to be returned. That is a set. Boy, Seinfeld, I hope you're listening. That is a bit in and of itself. Continue.
You know, philosophers and moral philosophers are a little bit less likely to. So at very least, there's no sign that thinking and reasoning and studying ethics makes you more ethical.
Right.
And one thing it does is it makes you very, very good at post hoc justifications of whatever the hell you want to do.
Yes. Justification is #1 today.
Kind of what religion is also. When you think God is on your side, you can do anything. I mean, the people who attacked on 9/11 thought they were doing God's work. You know, it was a faith-based initiative.
Well, that's right.
All right.
Genocides, most of the... If you've got large-scale violence, if you mobilize people to do something, most likely they feel that there's a strong moral justification behind it. And so we've got to watch those, especially in a liberal democracy where there's a new research paper just came out a couple months ago showing that in the countries that are backsliding the most, the countries that are becoming less stable democracies, those are precisely the countries where polarization is rising. In other words, the more you hate the other side, the more you can justify anything because they're an existential threat to the country.
Right.
And if we have to invade the Capitol to turn over the election, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But you see it on both sides. And so,
yeah, but you see it on both sides. But of course, you use that to illustrate this, right? Of course. Yeah. Well, it's the Bill Maher show. Continue.
I think one of the central things we got to keep our eye on is the polarization. The more we hate each other, the more we're going to do crazy things that are going to make it not sustainable, I think, to have a liberal democracy.
Right.
Well, you know,
well, okay.
What I find, maybe it's the prosecutor in me, but I have to call BS on her statement. I mean, the idea that...
Pause. Okay, I think she's a day late and dollar short. They've already called BS on her statement. But was she not listening? Counselor, were you not listening? They already called BS on the statement, but she, I guess, wants to get her 2 cents in. And I don't hate her. I don't even dislike her. Continue.
Have moved past blame, or that blame is the problem. I mean, it's kind of like the cousin of, you know, the 16th place ribbon in a class of 16, where, you know, there is right and wrong. There is the idea of punishment. There is the idea of actual gain. And there's the idea of if somebody has done the wrong thing, you don't have to look everywhere else to assign blame. Sometimes the person who did the deed should be blamed and ought to be held accountable for. I mean, we talk about people not being above the law and what that means to us societally. It's the idea that it's deflection.
I sensed a little Trump bashing there. Did you? Little above the law, Trump bashing. Little bit. Continue, Laura.
On society, that it's society's problem that you see what I've done as wrong as opposed to what I've done as wrong. And to think about that, and it was written years ago before her son obviously was involved in all that he's doing right now.
Yeah.
But if that gives any insight into how she feels her son ought to be treated from here out, then that is really telling about a deficiency.
Yeah, and then that's why I brought it up, because I really think, look, we are, I think when historians look back at our time, they will not divide us into red and blue and Republican, Democrat.
I agree with this.
Like, the things that were wrong with us were wrong with both sides in different ways.
No.
I do think they manifest in a more dangerous way on the right. But on the left...
Pause.
There is
he has
to curry.
No, he has to curry favor with his side. And Bill, you know, you got a job to do, and you have hookers to pay. So you know he needs to keep the cash flow. So I don't hold that against him. Continue.
Rot. And it comes from academia.
Yes,
and
I agree.
And
You said there's a rot.
Down. Am I wrong about that?
The rot comes from
That's
academia.
where it's all coming from.
Yes.
I just think this is an epitome
Yes.
of it. This is what the mother says, and then the kid robs your money.
Right.
Yeah. So I think part of what's happening here is that we have certain institutions in our society that you can call them epistemic institutions, which just means knowledge generating. And the academy is the premier one, the medical establishment, the courts are another. And these only work if you have viewpoint diversity. They only work if I say something and then people are going to challenge me.
Right.
And the academy has always leaned left, and that's not necessarily a problem. The police lean right. It's not necessarily a problem. It's just people choose different careers.
It is a problem.
What's happened, and I've been collecting data on this. I started an organization called Heterodox Academy in 2015, and we've been arguing that maybe we should have some viewpoint diversity, not be Orthodox Academy.
Wouldn't that be
Because
nice?
when everyone's on the same side, someone says something crazy like, how about if we stop punishing people?
Right.
And other people are afraid to object because that would seem to put you against a certain
on your team.
sensibility.
Right.
That's right.
Groupthink.
Right.
And when that happens, what we get is what I think we can call structural stupidity.
Right.
That is, you get
Yes. You see it all the time.
Yes, on the
you get
left,
really
Bill.
smart people, but you put them together and they can't think straight, and they say stupid things from the left that just play really well on libs of TikTok and give the right wing lots of ammunition.
And you get onion headlines as policy.
That's right. Exactly.
Boom. All right, Lori. Yeah, I gotta tell you, that Bill Maher show, you can certainly glean a little education every now and then, and there was some smart stuff there. When we return, Broadway's The Lion King is facing a lawsuit for allegedly firing a sign language interpreter for being white. By the way, I'd fire his ass too, or her ass. Because, have I mentioned this earlier on the show? Because I'm tired of the whiteys.
Yeah.
Tired of those honky ass. Yeah, they're given everything, you know, and it's time that we take from them. Plus, only Harvey Weinstein could have saved She Said, the movie She Said, from bombing. Next on Outlaw Radio.
Is Outlaw Radio.
Oh, yeah. Petey, where's my meaty? That was his moniker when I worked at Z100 in New York City from the top of the Empire State Building. Pete Dragata, who lives in China, says he's watching us today on YouTube. But it was like jumping through friggin' hoops to find Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. But he's watching there in China.
Is there a time difference in China?
And he's digging the show.
Yeah.
So Peter Dragata, but his Skype, Lori, his Skype won't let him call out because I wanted him on the show today. But
Yeah,
the Skype,
I know.
but he's in China. You know, I tell you, that government, boy, there's some festering crap going on there, man. I'm not certain you know this, but they are not a republic there.
He can send you messages by carrier bat.
They are not democratic in any way, shape, or form.
By carrier bat. Oh, there we go.
I mean, they have a new, an old leader who is there for life now. I mean, that guy, if that guy ain't a dictator, I don't know who is.
Yeah.
And,
they're not nice people.
You know, but the fact that I'm even mentioning this and he's listening and watching this in his home in China.
Awesome.
Well, no. What I'm saying is he should be feared for his life.
Oh, his door's going to be kicked in.
No, I'm just thinking if he's going to hear a knock at the door. And I wanted to talk to you about that. Wouldn't you be? I think I'd be a little afraid.
You come out, you listen to Outlaw Radio, we don't like it.
Okay.
That's my Chinese accent.
Okay, see,
I don't know what that was.
Well, it sounded like a little Spanish with a mix of Italian.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I didn't even hit it close.
Did you notice I said Italian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I love this. My mother probably, 30, 40 years ago, I love my mom. Well, I love my dad. But my mother, she made it a point because someone pointed out to her one time, and this was years ago, because she would say Italian, and someone pointed out to her, no, it's Italian.
Well, she said Italian.
And so, but it's not Italian, it's Italian, okay? But saying Italian is not saying Italian, so it's still sort of correct. But she went out of her way because she learned that thing to then impress that upon others. So even if you're in a conversation with my mother and you say Italian, she will hear it as Italian so she can correct you.
Oh, of course.
Even though you said Italian.
And you don't know, it could be an Italian guy knocking on his door to bust in.
Could be in China.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm sure. Do you know the races and the myriad bastions of people from other parts of the world in China are vast. It's big business there.
My buddy raced cars over there for like a year. He lived in China and raced cars.
And P.S., I've never been to China. I've been to Japan. Love those people in Japan. That's where I first enjoyed my first Kobe beef, was in Kobe, Japan. I explained that to my sister, who celebrated her birthday a couple days ago, and she said, "Really? You were in Japan?" And I'm thinking, where the hell has she been?
Where has she been?
This is years ago. I love Debbie. Not the brightest gal. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
A little
see. Take a little trip, take a little trip, take a little trip with me.
This is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
Very cool.
He just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
At the Lightning Buff Lounge. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. At the Lightning Lounge. Oh, little outlaw radio. We're here with Matt.
Yeah. And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
What do you call that? You call that a drum head?
Yes. Bass drum head.
Bass drum head.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to check out the years on this. Hold on. Wow.
Bruce Gary?
He died in 06.
Yes.
Yeah.
I pass him every day, and I think of him.
Yeah, I think of him often, Lori. For those of you watching us on YouTube, you'll see the drum head above my the right side of me up on the ceiling there.
Yeah.
And it's Bruce Gary, drummer for the Knacks, drum head.
Side.
And damn, he's been gone a long time.
Yeah, man.
It's ridiculous.
I was just thinking of him the other day also because I was watching this YouTube stuff, and they have all the President Biden's gaffes that he does.
Yeah.
And one of them, he was going, so they did, Sharon, and they did it over and over and over. And I wonder if they get any kind of, I don't know.
So being that Bruce Gary was born in 1951, he would be 72.
Oh.
Right? Does that make sense? 73?
Just a baby.
70, 71, whatever. But Bruce Gary, man, I would have loved him to be that old Jew bitching at me about, being out but not being able to eat.
Oh.
Matt, take me somewhere to eat.
Oh, yeah, man.
It's like, well, hey, Bruce, you know me. You should have eaten before. We're going out drinking. I don't drink. I know that, and that's a problem with you, Bruce.
He was always hungry.
Always hungry.
Yeah.
God bless him.
There he is.
Yeah, but this is the version he gave me. That's why you heard the drumstick begin this. And I think this is the...
karaoke.
Yeah, this is the karaoke. But this is not available on YouTube. This is his studio version without vocals. Because, according to him, the most important part of this song was... the drums.
Yeah, well, he said he wrote it on drums, and then Feiger took it from there. Well, no, Burton, the guitar player, took it from there.
So I'm looking up here at the ceiling again.
Listen and play.
8/22. So August 06.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can I tell you about really quickly, man?
God bless him, man. Bruce Gary.
So he lives right down the street from me. For real.
No, he doesn't. He's dead. Yeah.
But anyway, so my buddy, God rest his soul, he's dead. My bass player, his son is a up and coming drummer. This is years ago.
Mart, if we have to say God rest their soul to all the people we know,
boy,
yeah, it's
be a whole show.
We'll just finish the entire show.
Yeah,
one story.
So anyway, my bass player Paul Stout, his son wanted to be a drummer, and he's a young kid. They flew into town. I called Bruce. This is a young kid, man. Can I bring him over? Can you? He goes, sure, come on over.
Yeah.
So, and here's Paul Stout, though, my bass player buddy. They kind of underestimated Bruce Gary as a drummer. Oh, that My Sharona beat. Yeah, he can't be that good. I go, okay.
Yeah.
He was trained by Buddy Rich because he dated Buddy Rich's daughter.
Right. We're talking about Bruce Gary, drummer from the Knack.
Yeah. So we got to his house. He goes out in his studio.
But hey, hold on a second.
Yeah.
And I adore and love Buddy Rich.
Yeah.
One of the greatest drummers of all time.
Yeah.
But if you're taking a look at that mug, so what must the daughter of... Huh?
I don't know. Well, Bruce didn't...
No.
Anyway, but anyway, so he gets me on the kit, and his left hand and all this stuff, and he's ripping, and Paul's mouth dropped. He goes, dude, I take everything.
Yeah.
Bruce is a fantastic drummer.
Yeah, Bruce and a showboat. I mean, he was a showboat.
Oh, yeah.
He loved to show off.
Adorable.
But a brilliant guy. God rest your soul.
Oh, don't say it again.
Well, he's dead.
I know.
I miss him.
Yeah, I miss him.
He was a lot of fun.
Lori didn't know he smoked.
Yeah. I didn't know he smoked either.
Big smoker. Winston's.
I didn't
pack
know
after
that.
pack.
Wow.
Well, and by the way, no.
That didn't cause it.
Well, yeah.
He said some bite in Africa caused it on his hand or some bump on his wrist.
I know, that's weird. Isn't that weird?
That's what he said.
Yeah, but he also believes that Martians are live on Mars.
Yeah.
I wonder,
when I met him on
maybe
the
he's
show-
up there now, like hanging with the Martians. What, Lori?
When I met him on the show, you guys used to make fun of him, or you did.
Yes,
that
because
was wearing girl pants.
he wore women's pants.
I wear girl pants.
I didn't think so. I mean, it's very.
What do you mean you didn't think so?
He did.
He wore the zipper was on the side.
Yes.
Those are women's pants.
But he was still sexy, And back
I'm
in
not
the day,
saying he wasn't sexy. I always found Bruce Gary, drummer from the Knack, a sexy beast.
I love that guy.
But he wore women's pants.
You sexy
I don't think
beast.
so.
I just turned into Seinfeld. What is it with women's pants?
Why do men have to
Why should they be so different?
It was the saddest thing because I know he was trying to meet somebody, and he was going to some big event to meet.
Hey, Lori, all the years that I knew him, he was trying to meet someone.
Yeah.
And I always told him, well, right there on Sunset, man, you got all those rock clubs. Those little chickaroos will find out who you are, and they are jumping on the roof onto, something there.
And so what he
Bruce,
said
let's
to
go to the
me-
rainbow.
But he didn't want that. No, I want a meaningful relationship. It doesn't exist.
You know what he said to me?
The women will try to impress upon you that it's meaningful, but they only want you for your stardom anyway. So go ahead and have at it.
Use it.
Yeah.
He went to J-Date.
What, Laura?
What he said to me was, I said, I think you can meet a great person. I hear something humming.
I told you. But
Yeah,
go
I hear it.
ahead.
And he said, I said, you're such a great catch. You're such a great guy.
Yeah.
And I really, really love this guy.
Right.
And then he said, well, you're single.
Yeah. Right.
Will you date me?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but you're my friend.
Oh, boy.
And he said,
You pulled the
so-
friend card
so
on
you
him, and that
won't
doesn't.
date
That just
me.
That's just, you love me so much. I'm such a catch.
We're just friends.
But you have no interest in me.
Yeah, you pull the friend
It
card.
made me feel so bad.
Well, it should have.
Well, I'll tell you that, the last week or so.
It should have.
Unfortunately,
that's
when
horrible.
Bruce was on his deathbed at his house before he rushed
Well,
him over
you should have given him what he wanted, Lori.
Well, yeah.
At least he would have died happy. Well,
No,
wait a second.
wait a
I've been there.
minute.
He would
Oh.
have died almost happy.
I said, Bruce, do you want anything right now? And this is his last couple of days.
Yes, poontang.
That's what he said. He said, do you know any 20-year-old women you could bring over?
Yeah.
That's exactly what he said. And he was
Right.
kind of in and out of it. I go,
Yeah.
Bruce, I don't. I wish I did. He goes, oh, that's what I would like.
God bless
We all
him.
went and saw him in the
God
hospital.
Well, I
bless
did
him.
that too, yeah.
Yeah, and Matt did also. I remember that.
Peter Dragata, our friend from China, who's not of Chinese origin. He is a man that I worked with at Z100 in New York City. When he was driving the van, his moniker given by some a-hole doing afternoon drive in New York City, PD, where's my meaty? And I don't know where that comes from, but except that whoever that is doing afternoon drive at Z100 in New York at the time, obviously stunted growth. But PD, where's my...
I think it's kind of funny.
PD, where's my meaty? Was out there driving the van, and he did other things too. But he's a smart guy. Somehow ends up in China, and I wanted him on the show today, but he said his Skype is not working today. So a few minutes ago, I said, well. Maybe it's the Chinese government keeping it from it. So he sent me this because he's watching right now to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. He said, I want to have that conversation to debunk your perceptions of China. He said, CCP members are not knocking on my door. They're not going to take me away. You sound like my mom.
That's great. Petey, where's my meeting?
Well, I worry about I love you, man. I love you.
What is he doing in China?
I can.
What do you do in China?
Promoting something.
You work at the Wuhan lab.
But yeah, I wonder how far from Wuhan are you, Peter? He'll check back in. I wish his Skype was working, but it's not. Hey, Broadway's The Lion King is facing lawsuit, and he and I never really talked politics. I think Peter is probably one of those old school Democrats, but he's smart. He's a smart guy, so he's seen the light. That's what I think.
That happens to live in a communist.
Well, he's been out of the country for a long time, right?
Yeah, he has. But
he doesn't understand what's been going on.
Oh,
in
he
the
does.
United
Oh,
States.
completely. So he does know, and he thinks it's hilarious. He can't believe.
hilarious.
He believes this woke culture is a big crock of crap, and he can't believe it.
But he lives in a
can't believe it
communist
either.
organization.
Because by the way, there is no woke in China. I mean, that's the good news, I guess.
Well,
when it
what
comes
is in China?
Well, I'll tell you. Chinese food, and I love it. I could eat Chinese food every damn day.
But no fortune cookies.
Oh man, you give me an egg foo young where they put the shrimp inside the egg foo young.
Yes.
And the gravy, even if it's mediocre gravy, I love egg foo young. And I love fried rice, and I love, I don't like entrails. So if you're going to make a soup with entrails, I don't like that.
No, me either.
But everything else, and by the way, that's not really Chinese stuff. That's other.
Mexican.
Well, another
menudo.
Another thing. I don't eat menudo because
that one.
I'm not a tripe guy.
Yeah. And the cookies are not Chinese either. The fortune cookies.
No, they were invented in America.
Yeah.
The Chinese cookies.
And Lori,
fortune cookies. I love those things.
Did you know a Caesar salad was invented in Mexico?
Yeah, I was there.
I didn't know
in
that.
Tijuana.
Oh, you were?
I was there at the restaurant.
Tijuana.
I was there. Yeah. And it was the best Caesar salad I ever consumed in my life until
I've made a few.
To the right of me, up on the top of the booth. Oh God, this creeps me out even think about it now. I saw several very large black cockroaches. Scampering about.
And good for you.
So then, about the last quarter of the Caesar still sitting there, I'm inspecting it, and I'm thinking, did I bite into something that crunched along the way? Well, there were croutons.
Well, it's not a crouton.
But were they croutons?
Yep.
You know the friggin' worst, man. I was living in Orange County at the time, Paulstown. Further, I earlier mentioned him. We were sitting having lunch. We were doing a phone job together. We're having lunch in this little Mexican restaurant. I bit into a quesadilla.
No.
And that is not. And Paul goes, "Did you look?"
No.
I go, no. And it was this thing was still alive.
No.
I bit half of it.
What was it?
I spit it all. It was a cockroach.
Oh, it's the worst.
In there, and it was still alive. I kind of gagged. Well, I think I threw up.
You'd have to gag.
And then the cooks back there were laughing. It's like they planted the thing in there because they hated us at the time.
Okay.
They really did.
Hey, Lori, there's only a portion of this story I believe.
No, that's very true.
The part about you the crunch of the cockroach, but I don't believe the way that
they were laughing.
I don't believe it. Okay, I simply don't believe it. You can tell me that till you're blue in the face.
Right.
I don't believe it.
Call me a liar.
All right. Broadway's. Am I going to get to this Lion King story?
I don't think so.
What happened, Lori? What? Pete was able to get through? Yep. Hey, Pete, how are you, buddy? Boy, okay.
I am good. A little quirky this morning, but got through.
Okay, so because you used the Skype, because man, this would cost a lot if you used a cell phone, wouldn't it? All the way from China.
I guess. I never signed up to use my cell phone to Skype is so much cheaper. It only cost me like $10 a month or something like that. It's really cheap.
All right, Pete, where's my meat? Petey, where's my meaty?
Am I coming through clear or am I breaking up?
No, you sound good. Hey, Peter Dragata, direct from China. What province of China? Where do you live?
I live in Guangdong province.
All right. And how far is that from where they make? Wait, did he say?
Okay, Guangdong from Wuhan, it's very far.
Okay, wait a second. He's making this up, saying Guangdong province. That's a joke. Yeah.
No, Guangdong, that's actually the name of the province.
Okay, no, I'm not believing it.
He's not joking.
Canton.
Way too short.
Well, hold on a second. So you're from the province.
Exactly.
You're from the province of Guangdong.
There's a lot of wongs and dongs here. There's a lot of wongs and dongs.
Okay, all right. Well, there are plenty of those in West Hollywood as well, and that's spitting distance from where we emanate here in the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles.
Oh boy.
Okay. Dispel. First of all, how many years have you lived in China, Peter Dragata?
10 years.
Okay. What brought a Peter Dragata, a New York guy? You were a New Jersey guy, though, weren't you? I'm right about that, correct?
Yes, born in New Jersey, but pretty much lived in the New York metro. I moved here.
Right. Okay. And we worked together. I always adored this guy. In fact, there's not a bad guy in the bunch that I worked with except Steve Kingston. But aside from him, I heard that he's sort of mended fences with folks that he's wronged. But everybody else, man, I love the New Yorkers. I love the New Jerseyans. I love those East Coast folks. For the most part, with the exception of Lori, they won't screw you over. They're down to earth, and they are good people. Right, Laura?
Wow.
Lori?
Wow, Matt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Aren't they good people, Laura?
Yeah.
Boy?
With the exception of what?
Yeah,
Boy.
we're all good. We're all good,
Boy,
Matt.
can't take a joke. Can't take a joke. All right. So 10 years. What brings a Peter Dragata from the East Coast to China 10 years ago?
Let's see. When I first came here, I mean, my wife is Chinese. I saw the how China was developing, and then that was like first time I came here to visit was 2009, and I was just really impressed with what was changing here. And then like I came back like 2010. And then I did actually a music tour. I actually still played music then. And I had a friend who was living in Hong Kong, and we toured China together. And I got to really see the country and learn about it. And I just fell in love with the place. I said, good things are happening here. And,
Did you give up your citizenship, or
so
you
I
have
told
dual?
her, I said, I had a family friend who got me. No, we had a family friend who worked in the public high school here, and I was just talking about, like, just over dinner one visit, I was talking about, like, ideas about, like, how do I, get myself into China, and he was, like, about to start a program to bring foreigners into the public high school. He says, you want to try it? And I'm like, I don't know anything about teaching, and he's like, well, school's still happening. So I taught school for a month. I said, this is an easy gig. And, I went back and got my credentials, and
wow.
And it was the worst paying job in my entire life, and everything about it was completely wrong. But I was burning out. I was burning out of my job in New York City, and my wife was working in the fashion industry. She was a designer for Calvin Klein and what other Aeropostale she did designs for and stuff like that. She was burning out of that, and she was back and forth between factories in China and then, design offices in New York. And, we were just reaching that kind of point in our life where it's just like, we need a change. And so, like, I said to her, I'm going to try this high school gig. She said, okay, I'll give you 3 months. And I called her after 3 months, and I said, okay, pack up the apartment. We're moving to China.
Wow.
And she laughed. And she says, I can't believe you're doing this. And she says, my whole family has, like, worked their whole lives to get out of China, emigrate to America, give us a better life here, and you want to bring us back into China. I'm like, yeah, I do.
You nutty bastard.
And it's been the first couple of years were rough, definitely. Not for me, for them. It was tough for them to adjust because, even though this was like a vacation home that they have,
right?
The mom and her are saying, "Where's the Walgreens? There's no Walgreens. There's no convenience stores."
How do you communicate? How do you communicate with your students?
He must speak the language by now.
Yeah. I work in high school. In high school, they speak a very basic level of English by the time they get to high school.
Okay.
Yeah. But
No, there was no problem, and I picked up a little Chinese, enough Chinese where I could, basically say, be quiet, sit down.
Oh, that's it.
And that's all that was really needed for the job.
So you speak a little Mandarin?
Yes. Yes, I can speak a little.
Yeah, I think he snuck in some cuss words.
I think so.
Yeah.
I heard it.
Yeah. For those of you, for those of you carrying us on terrestrial stations, I just want you to be aware that could have been real nasty. Yeah. I think he said "coital boomerang" in Mandarin. Yeah, that's what I believe just happened.
Yes.
How's the egg foo young and shit?
Exactly.
So I bet it's tough to find, and I don't mean this tongue in cheek, but I bet it's tough to find egg foo young in China.
There is no egg foo young in China.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
What, they Americanized that?
Yeah, of course. I thought.
Oh, yeah, it's a total Americanizing. There's no fortune cookies in China.
Yeah, of course. Well, we just mentioned that was invented here in the United States. But you don't. Hey, Peter, you've been there for 10 years. Now, Peter Dragata, my dear friend from the East Coast, who has been in China 10 stinking years. You don't eat like odd like mouse balls
or dog
or weird crap.
Mouse balls?
Yeah.
No.
Huh?
Do you eat dog?
No. I mean, well, wait. I have been served rat, but I never ate it. So I've been served rat, I've been served dog, but I swear I never ate either one of those.
Yeah.
So,
I swear.
Well, you don't have
the
to.
rat was actually brought to me by a doctor.
Hold on a second.
By a doctor?
But when the rat was served you, did it look like a rat?
No, it was all like minced meat.
Oh, jeez. Oh, I'd be a little afraid because you know me, Pete. I like the dive bars and I like the divish little places. But if I were visiting you there in China,
I'm going to McDonald's.
I think I'd be afraid of the dive joints because I think they would put any sort of protein in there.
I have a question.
Right? They would, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is there a Panda Express in China?
Is there a Panda Express in China?
No, there's no Panda. There's no Panda Express
All right.
here.
Okay, Lori.
I have a question, Peter.
Lori Downey Jr., who is a Long Island
Cheesecake
gal.
Factory, though. We do have a Cheesecake Factory.
Well, you do. Well, good. And
Good enough.
Does it taste Americanized? Does it taste like it would taste here in the States? Pretty much.
Of course it does. The other thing is, wait. In 2015, my wife and I opened a restaurant here. We have a Western restaurant here.
I
we
love
have
that.
Cheesecake. We have pizza.
Rats.
No. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we have the best pizza in the city of Zhuhai. We have the best pizza.
Wow.
Here.
So Peter, are you making?
Which is why I recently lost weight.
Oh, good.
Sorry?
Hey, Peter. So you're making some money with this venture into the restaurateur sort of lifestyle?
Oh, hell no.
Once again. All right.
We keep open, but do I make money?
Yeah. All right. Peter Dragata, Lori Downey Jr., Long Island gal, has a question for you.
Yes. Do you have a dog or a cat or an animal?
Well, he used to until he was served at his restaurant.
On his pizza.
I have both. I have both. I have both a dog and a cat, and we my wife will scold the dog and say, you're good with ginger sauce.
Whoa. Okay. Because we're running out of time here.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Pete, so tell me you're not afraid for your life. You don't have that sense that CCP members could be knocking at your door. You don't fret about that. Correct?
I don't worry about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's also misleading.
All right.
We watch everything that you see in America, and even my Chinese friends are just like, what's wrong with them? The things they say and they portray, and even the videos that they show of things that are just completely misconstrued. It's really unbelievable.
Do you have fortune cookies at your store?
He just said.
Okay.
No.
Okay. No, because that's American now. Well, it is an American
I know, but that'd be
restaurant.
really cool there.
Okay.
I think it'd be really cool.
All right. Okay. You're listening.
The Chinese people look at it like, why did you destroy this wonton wrapper?
yeah, it's true. Hey, Pete, you probably learned long ago not to listen to Long Island girls, right? You probably learned that lesson.
Not to listen to Long Island girls?
Now he's cutting out. Okay. Hey, I love this guy. Am I invited to visit you in China?
Sure. Got plenty of room.
You do. I could stay with you for a couple weeks.
Bring your own bats.
Of course.
Couple years.
Of course.
10 years.
You could.
Okay. All right.
You could.
Okay. I'm going to take.
Your money would go.
Oh, it would go farther. Okay. I think we're onto something. I will take that as a solemn invitation from Peter. I love this man. I love my East Coast guys, but he's a guy who is special in my heart. Peter Dragata. We'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio.
listening to OutlawRadioLive.com. So wait, folks, we'll be right back after this. We're coming right back.
Laboratories with over.
The white zone is for immediate loading.
What the hell happened there? Something about it I like. Yeah. There will be no post-editing there. I'm going to use it. That's a little loud, Laura. Even though I love this song. Is that you? Yep, Mask Up in L.A. again. We emanate this show. Not only that, we broadcast, meant to say cast this show from Los Angeles. And, of course, the powers that be, they want us to mask up again. And, boy, this is going to continue as long as the lefties have control of this city and this state. And it's going to be a long time because we just voted in, this mayor. Whoo, doggy. And Mark, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one. We had a chance to do it right, bring a businessman in.
Of course.
And do the right thing for the city of Los Angeles. But no, the Gen Zers, they said, no, we need a black woman. Well, why? Well, because she's black and she's a woman. Oh, okay. Well, how about creds? How about look at her past? What has she done for the city of Los Angeles in the past? No, we're not interested in that. They're not interested in that. They're not interested in doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. And that's what we should all be interested in. Do the right thing because it's the right thing to do.
And Boyer did look up...
Mark C.G. Boyer, what did he look up?
She's not a Scientologist.
Yeah, I knew she wasn't a Scientologist. You mean the new mayor of L.A.?
Yeah.
But she's associated with Scientology, according to Long Island girl Lori Downey Jr.
She did one event.
Oh, she did. So she did one Scientologist event. And, okay, I could give an ass. Yeah. There are, I would assume, many Scientologists who are great business people. So I don't care. I wouldn't care that a Scientologist was running L.A. if they were a good business. I don't care.
L. Ron Hubbard.
Who was that?
I know.
Who let Cosby in here? According to the powers that be, and they are fascist bastards at YouTube, it's easy to find us, they say, if you'll use our Magic Matt Outlaw Radio handle, which is YouTube. I don't see how this is easier, but youtube.com /@ Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. That's my handle. It says it here, and we'll stick with it as long as they say that. And but it's tough to find us, man. You know, soon we'll be on rumble.com exclusively. We're working on that thing. A lot of stuff in the fire that is finally starting to fire up and burn your nose hairs and your ear hairs as you listen. Broadway's The Lion King is facing a lawsuit for allegedly firing sign language interpreter for being white. A white sign language interpreter suing the Broadway hit show The Lion King Wait, is that still on Broadway?
And yeah, it's an entirely black cast, and
all right, well, whatever works, man. I mean,
Why is that bad?
I didn't like the white cast. I was bored about 20 minutes in.
I'm bored with all plays.
Friggin' idiot sticks with big costume.
They're all in makeup. What matters?
Animals above their heads. No, I went out and smoked a cigar.
I have to ask.
I saw it on Broadway, and it's like, okay, who cares? No, you don't have to ask. White, black, I don't care the color of the cast. It's not my cup of tea. But it doesn't mean it wouldn't be yours. You may be thrilled by the goings-on stage by the beautiful Lion King cast members.
Not my cup of tea.
A white sign language interpreter suing the Broadway show Lion King for allegedly... for his alleged firing based on the color of his skin. Keith Wan, an ASL interpreter, said he received an email from the Theater Development Fund Accessibility Programs on April 2nd. This goes back to April? Noting that it's no longer appropriate to have white interpreters represent black characters for ASL Broadway shows. Wan and his attorney, Josh Pepper, said that after he was invited to fill in for BIPOC interpreters, he received the email releasing him from the job a few days later. I just looked at it and said, what they're saying here, I think, is illegal. The color of your skin, Lori.
Yep.
That used to be illegal unless you're white. Then it's totally not only legal, but it's preferred.
Right.
Pepper described the case as pretty straightforward, since the email pretty much admits that Lion King retracted its offer because Wan is white. There is a statute that says people have the right to contract regardless of their race, said Pepper. It was a Reconstruction-era statute that was intended to protect the former slaves, to protect black people from not being able to have their businesses. All right, I get that. The attorney said the Supreme Court ruled in 1976 white people could sue under this statute as well. It was only 76 that became law. The decision was written by the only black Supreme Court justice at the time, Thurgood Marshall. We think it's a strong case that they refused to give him this job because he's white, he said. The statute says you can't do that. So we want to recover the money that he would have been paid. And they should. He's owed all of that. He was reportedly set to make $1,000 per show. Man, that's good money.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Are you s***ing me?
That's not too shabby.
I mean, if he's doing both the matinee and the nighttime?
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And let's say, what is it? They're dark. They're dark all the time.
Monday,
I guess the new.
Dark Monday.
It's Lion
King. They go dark.
No, this new Lion King is all dark all the time. Correct?
Oh, I got that part. Mark didn't get that part.
Yes, I was just commenting that I think they're dark on Mondays. But go on.
All right. Wow. So
where did they just go?
So $1,000 per show. Would they? Okay, let me try it another way. Are they not available for audiences to see? Right. Do you think 1 day a week, Lori, or 2 days?
I don't know. They should be dark 1 day a week.
No, this cast is dark every time they're performing. Right? Lion King.
Somebody pull us out, please.
What? No, am I wrong?
We need to get pulled out.
I don't know.
Okay. But $1,000 per show, if he's only doing it 5 days a week, matinee and nighttime, that's pretty damn good money.
Even if you're living in New York, it's not bad money.
I didn't make that kind of money when I worked on Broadway.
No, of course not, Lori. The decision they sent in the email was wrong. He said if you insert a different color, if you insert a different race, it is wrong. You are not allowed to fire somebody because of that reason, added Wan. Wan mentioned that there's been some false narrative that claims the interpreter is attempting to push into this space that is not his space. There was a team established. They were asking me to come in and help them out, Wan said. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I hope he gets his money. I mean, why would he not? They fired him because he was a white guy. He should get every amount of money that he's owed.
But they don't consider that racism.
They don't think.
I should apply back to Broadway.
You what?
I should apply back to Broadway, audition.
Oh, no. You're white. No, white chick.
But I'm kind of older now.
Yeah,
so
but...
do I have something?
Wait, white old chick, but you don't look old, but you do look white, Lori.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to know if
Mark
there were
C.G.
any
Boyer.
protests
What?
from white
Okay,
performers.
no, you don't. You're just kidding about this. I'm sure
I
there
can
were.
kickball change.
Oh, man, we're still here.
Only Harvey Weinstein could have saved. Okay, this movie that they put millions into, She Said. Do you know about this one, Lori?
No, I don't.
Big billboards all over town.
What is it?
Yeah, all over town here in Los Angeles. And this is a piece from John Nolte. I love this guy.
Wait a minute.
He said, "Let me be clear. I've always thought Harvey Weinstein was a scumbag, and now he's a convicted rapist where he belongs, dying in prison and disgrace. So bear with me here." He says, "Oh no, I was going back to have white interpreters represent black characters. No, see, that would be a different story." Here's the bottom line. She Said, which is all about Weinstein and this woke thing, and that he's a big badass.
And who is she?
And a terrible person. It's a movie, Lori, and it's dying at the box
Oh, it's
office.
called She Said?
Yeah, and it's dying.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Haven't heard about it.
I'm so happy. But I love John Nolte saying, only Harvey Weinstein could have saved this if he were the producer.
Right.
But he's not.
Yeah, but they were a great company back in the day.
Yeah, they were,
Well.
but this guy was having his way with,
He's a big piece
He
of
ruined the whole company.
Yeah, he is.
Because I met his partners over the years.
Did you say he ruined it?
Yes, he did. He ruined the whole company.
Yeah, but he started the company. But
It was not just him alone. There were partners in this company.
Of course.
So, like his ego, which I started this, it was not just him alone.
Yeah.
But he did ruin the company.
He ruined.
Well, I've talked to insiders in Hollywood.
Yeah, me too.
I know a few, and they were never fond of Harvey Weinstein. And forget about the sexual improprieties and all that
he's
crap.
a horrible person.
Yeah, right. That's what I've heard from everyone.
Nasty, horrible.
And I've heard it from too many separate people that are not associated with each other to not believe that he's just a big a-hole. And so he's doing time. That's it.
If he makes it.
If he makes what?
If he makes the ability to do time, he's pretty sick.
He's already done some time, and he'll continue to do it until he dies. I got to get to this before we leave for the week. Hollywood celebrities fawning over the outgoing House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. You are the best speaker there ever was. Hollywood celebrities are elevating outgoing House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Hey, we fired her. We fired her. Yeah. Some good news came from the midterms.
Because she would never retire.
We fired Pelosi.
Yeah.
Got rid of the old bag.
But now she's elevated to sainthood after she announced she'd be stepping down. Well, you're so young, though. You have your entire life in front of you.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
And massive Maloney's in front of you. Yeah. You have your whole life in front of you, Nancy. Democrat House Leader is Gonaroo, leading the quasi-religious outpouring of fans who love and adore Nancy Pelosi.
Gen Z.
Hollywood's biggest leftist, no, not Gen Z, Lori. Barbara Streisand, Rob Reiner,
Barb.
George Takei.
No, there's
Lori?
him.
Lori, George Takei.
I heard
Lori?
Yeah.
George Takei is one of them.
Oh, my.
Oh,
my.
Which old witch? The wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. That's Nancy Pelosi.
What? Okay. Leading the... Okay.
I was wrong.
A clearly verklempt Barbara Streisand tweeted, "You are the best speaker there ever was. We will all miss you." No, we won't all miss you. Actually, the world will miss you. No, the world won't miss. Got this, Babs. My love and best wishes to you and Paul. Love, Barbara. Rob Reiner called her the most effective, accomplished, and consequential speaker in our lifetime.
Meathead!
Alyssa Milano went full feminist. Nancy Pelosi has inspired a generation of young girls to know that they can stand up to the patriarchy and speak truth to power.
What's wrong with her?
Nancy Pelosi, 82, announced that she will not seek re-election as Democrat House Leader.
Oh, my.
But she said she'll remain in Congress, having represented a California district since 1987.
Where were we in 87?
She drank a lot of vodka.
Representative Kevin McCarthy is the GOP nominee to succeed Pelosi, but I expect that to change as well. More on that as we continue. Hollywood stars expressed their thanks in unqualified admiration for Pelosi. None of them, I found this on the verge of interesting. None of them mentioned Pelosi's stock trading activities, which have, well, sort of enriched her family during her time in office. Nor did these sons of guns reference her lead role in the impeachments of the then President Donald Trump or the Russia collusion hoax that sidetracked the country for years. Barbara Streisand, the best speaker ever. Comedian Sandra Bernhard tweeted that Pelosi sacrificed her safety to ensure our democracy survives.
You know, Bernhard, I mean, she's such a good-looking gal, though.
She is. She's good looking.
She's gorgeous.
Netflix The Watcher star Mia Farrow called her. You know, she was married to Frank Sinatra.
I did not know that.
Yeah, when she was a hot little,
baby.
Yeah. No, he was smart then.
Oh, Frankie.
Called her a powerhouse, a fearless master tactician. Netflix Grace and Frankie star Ethan Embry called Pelosi's reign historic, and George Takei Sulu said, "Thank you, Madam Speaker. Oh my, we'll be this after back on Outlaw Radio."
All ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Look. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling? If you wanna leave, I'm with it. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get. 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 We're up all night to get lucky. 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 Come too far to give up who we are. So
passive aggressive has a new home. You're listening to Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
It's Outlaw Radio time!
That was fun. Having my buddy Peter Dragata on direct live from China. It's
wherever it is.
It's over
Start
there.
digging.
Yeah, but love you, Petey. Love you, buddy. And it was extraordinary fun. Spending some time with Wonderhussy today.
She's awesome.
She's adorable.
She is coming over to the Lighten Up Lounge so you can see her lovely face. Getting all
in her leather pants,
getting all drunky.
And
drunk.
I don't drink bottled beer.
I meant to ask her because we will bring this up, and we do have a shaver. We want to shave her armpits.
She might let us do it.
We want to shave her armpits.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to do it because it's like, why? Come on.
Our buddy Dave said he'd do it.
Yeah, Dave said he would do it. Would shave her underarm hair.
And I normally don't drink bottled beer, but I'm going to this time so she can remove the caps. And I'm telling you, she said she would.
Okay, now let me explain that. That goes back to her being on the show about 2 hours ago, and she said that she could open bottles of beer with her ass cheeks.
That's a talent.
Whew, that took a while.
Talent.
I could never do that.
Yeah. Well,
how can you do that?
Well, Wonderhussy can and will when she is here in the Lighten Up Lounge, this 1876 Virginia City.
I wonder if she does
Nevada
a jitta thing.
What?
The jitta, shake your butt for me.
Okay, all right. Hey, thanks to you who have subscribed and have hit that notification button. That's most important. Hit the notification button and make comments. I understand that's really important. Yeah, whatever comments, but make comments on our YouTube page
I have
channel
a comment.
at Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. That's the way you have to punch it in. Exactly. You can't put Outlaw Radio because the fake ones will come up. Yeah, Lori Downey Jr., our producer.
Let's welcome Lee C. as a new subscriber.
Love that. Thank you, Lee C. Thank you for being there. Thank you for having the taste and veracity and stick-to-itiveness to know what's good, my friend. Before we have to go, Harvey Weinstein, defense lawyer, asked Newsom's wife to fake orgasm in court.
Nice.
Newsom is the scary governor here in California.
Yeah, very scary.
Big friggin' a-hole. Talks out of both sides of his mouth, but you know that.
Who's going to run for president, by the way?
Of course, because he's really good. He's done really good things for California.
Horrible.
How many businesses are out of business now? But we can't talk about that. Defense attorney in the rape trial of course, Harvey Weinstein asked California First Lady Jennifer Seibel Newsom to fake an orgasm in court. Of course, Weinstein was sentenced. California's First Lady balked when defense attorney Mark Workman asked her how she indicated her pleasure during the alleged 2005 incident at the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills, where she claims Weinstein raped her.
What was she doing there?
By the way, Weinstein, bad guy. Do I believe he raped First Lady, Governor, California First Lady? No. I think she's a big, lying, miserable, I'm not even going to give you the letter C.
Why was she there?
Seibel Newsom, visibly annoyed, retorted, "This is not when Harry met Sally. I'm not going to do that," referring to a scene, of course, when Meg Ryan faked a loud orgasm. And by the way, I bring this up because I'm sad about that. I think we all would have enjoyed that. At least the males.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And many of the females here in California would have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Thanks to Lori Downey Jr., our producer at large, who is not a large producer.
Not lately.
She's no, that. Do you know what I was saying there?
Yeah.
Right? Aesthetically, not large. Our Billy Dilly, our HR man, hoorah, my friend. My I would love to say fellow Marine, but I didn't do the time, so I can't. But you did, and thank you, my friend. My brother Mark.
T.
There he is. Mark C.G. Boyer.
T.
Mark C.G. Boyer T. I will continue to be Magic Matt Allen on Outlaw Radio. I appreciate from the bottom of my bottom and the bottom of my heart that you spend time with us each week. And on YouTube, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. Please don't forget, bumblebees can't fly.
got your granny choned.